unshackled from shadows. She will rise in moonlit glory and carve a path of brightness to the accursed one's second death. As good a prophecy as any.
Aelin.
At the ready, Harpers! In this light, there will be victory. In this light, we will avenge the fallen! The time has come. Gathering will taste of death at last.
There you are. What's happening out there? Who was that streaking across the sky?
Rise, you dog! Retribution has come!
I was a fool to hesitate. Power like mine cannot be hidden, cannot be cowed. But power like mine has a price. A price I am destined to pay.
The task ahead is monumental. But we're all that stands between victory for the absolute and freedom for all.
Do you hear? Bow!
The absolute knows you carry me with you now. It wants to retrieve me.
The prism? You've had it all this time, you worm!
An immortal. But it couldn't possibly be. Never mind. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have him in a corner.
Enough. My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter. Isabel.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cinderellimouse and today we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. A lot has been happening and yes, I'm wearing the pink wig, so maybe we'll meet the Dream Guardian in this episode. We'll see how it goes. So what has been happening? Well, we released the Night Song, which means that Ketheric Thorm is now vulnerable. However, he escaped, taking the Night Song with him down into the Illithid colony that is underneath Moonrise Towers. So we have to go and chase him and find him. Now, quite a few of our characters have high stakes in this, so even though like if you don't have mods, really you only are able to take 4 characters down there, I feel like it's going to be more interesting if we take the whole group. So just letting you know that I have done this several times successfully with just 4 characters, but just for storytelling purposes and just for my perfect playthrough, I want to get as much out of this playthrough as possible. We're taking 8 characters, so I'm gonna take Cordia because she's a main character in this. This is my player character. I'm taking Dirge because how could I leave Dirge out, right? Dirge was actually part of this. He was somehow involved with the whole Mind Flayer, like Ketheric, Gortash situation. We know he's been hanging out at Moonrise Towers before we met him. We know something happened to him. He lost his memory. So there might be answers on board like this Illithid situation. I keep on thinking of it as like a ship underneath Moonrise Towers, but I don't think it is. I think it's more of an infestation type situation. I don't know. We'll see when we get down there. I'm also taking Will. Now, Will, he has a lot invested in this because his father was captured by the absolute cultists and taken to Moonrise Towers. We have inspected the prisons. We couldn't find his father. So if we follow Ketheric, we may find more prisons. So that is also that's what we need to do. We also, if I jump over to our objectives, that's not where my objectives are. My objectives are here. If I jump over to our objectives, we actually have a little bit more for him. So if I go on our Blade of the Frontiers. It says, rescue Zariel's asset from Moonrise Towers. Mizora appeared in the form of a projection to inform us that the Absolute Cult abducted an infernal asset of some importance to the Archdevil Zariel. We must find and release them. Will's very soul hangs in the balance. So Will actually has a pact with the Devil Zariel. This is why he's a warlock. We're trying to get him out of that pact, and we kind of negotiated a deal with Mizora that if we rescue this asset, she's going to free him from the pact. So there's a lot riding on this for Will. So we really need to take him with us. Who else do I want to take with us? Karlach, because we know that Ketheric and the Absolute are involved with Gortash, and Gortash is the one that sold Karlach into, like, basically slavery, working for Zariel. So she also has a reason to go down there and find answers. We also, I think, should take Minthara, because Minthara was basically like brainwashed by the Absolute. They were kind of using her as a bit of a puppet via the tadpole, and she's quite angry at this situation. So we're gonna take Minthara with us as well, and basically she's a paladin with the Oath of Vengeance, so she wants to have a showdown with Ketheric, I think. Who else as well? So Shadowheart obviously needs to go down there. She was a Dark Justicia, and Ketheric was the head of the, well, she wanted to be a Dark Justicia. She actually didn't become a Dark Justicia because she refused to kill the Night Song. So Shadowheart currently wants answers from the Night Song, because she seemed to imply that she knows more about Shadowheart's past, and Shadowheart obviously doesn't have those memories. So she wants answers from the Night Song, and I think she wants to confront Ketheric as well, who was the general of the Dark Justicia army, and you know, that's what she wanted to do, and now she's kind of like, hang on, I'm having second thoughts about this whole situation. Gale also needs to go to the Illithid colony, because he's been tasked with his goddess Mystra, who's the goddess of magic, with basically blowing himself up and taking the Absolute down with him. So he needs to go to the heart of the Absolute in order to be able to do that. So we have to take Gale. Now, I would leave Jaheira at camp because, like, I don't know. She's a new character. Maybe we were a bit more tied to some of the other characters at this point. However, I can't. It will literally not allow me to leave Jaheira at camp. So she is definitely coming down with us. It's just the case that it is. You know, she also has this 100-year history of fighting Ketheric and fighting the Dark Justiciars and trying to lift the Shadow Curse, so she has a lot invested in this. Halsin does have a lot invested in this too. Obviously, we need to kill Ketheric in order to properly lift the Shadow Curse. I don't think Halsin has to necessarily be there himself, so I'm going to leave Halsin back at camp. I'm also going to leave Astarion back at camp. Now, I know this might be a controversial choice, but based on kind of like those who need to be there and who have a reason to be there, I feel like Astarion doesn't have a huge amount specifically riding on this. He kind of likes the tadpoles to a certain extent because they're giving him invulnerability to like sunlight. They're actually giving him powers that he quite enjoys. Also, he isn't particularly involved in the whole Ketheric storyline, so I don't feel like he has any kind of like huge driving story reason to be there. As much as I love Astarion, I feel like he's going to sit this one out, but we will have a lot of Astarion content coming up in Act 3, so just Astarion fans, trust me on this one. It makes me sad to leave him too. So in that case, the people that I'm actually going to leave behind are Lae'zel. Because again, Lae'zel, beyond the whole astral prison, I want to fight Illithid's thing.
Should mind my step.
She does have a reason to be there, to be honest, but I feel like it's not so much of a personal reason, so much of a race reason. So, you know, being Githyanki. It's a tough choice, but I'm going to leave Lae'zel behind. Trust me, I want to take her because she's such a strong fighter, but I really don't want to push my luck and take too many people because I think it's going to be just too clunky if I do that. Lae'zel has to stay.
Speak your mind. I'm listening.
Wait. Hold my horses a second, because I need to level everybody up. Oh my goodness, how did I almost forget to level everybody up? I think I have a plan. There's a couple of people that I'm kind of umming and ahhing about, like Toarie being one of them. She gets to take a feat, and I don't really know which feat to take for her. So I do definitely want to level her up as sorcerer, and there's some really good stuff that she can take. I think I'm going to take polymorph. I enjoy a little bit of polymorph from time to time, and I've come up with some very creative solutions involving polymorph, so I think that's a good one for her to take. There's no more lightning spells that we've got access to, or thunder spells I don't think that we've not already taken, apart from Thunderwave. We could take Thunderwave because she is like a thunder damage person. I just find that I don't use it as much. I can also swap a spell out. We have got Shatter as well, which is a thunder spell. I kind of do quite like what we've got here. I don't really want to take any of these away because I use them all. So I'm not going to swap anything out. And again, I'm kind of stuck on the feet. Now, I think I'm going to take Alert because she's been rolling really, really low in the initiative order. And I kind of need her to go first a lot of the time because she sets up things for other people. So I think I'm going to go for Alert. However, I'm kind of sad because I think I would have also liked to have taken Spell Sniper for her. But I feel like Alert is going to be slightly more useful. I was toying with the idea of Dual Wielder just because she gets to use the Faerun. I don't find myself using Faerun that much. I know a lot of people kind of swear by it, but she can use it as her main hand weapon. I don't have to have it as, you know, or I can even use it as an offhand weapon, and as long as I'm not actually fighting with it, which she's not a melee fighter anyway, it's still going to give me that effect if I decide to enable it. So I don't feel like I'm going to get the most out of Dual Wielder. I think I'm going to go for Alert because it gives me +5 to initiative. I can't be surprised. If you're surprised, you miss a turn. So, you know, I feel like protecting her from those things and getting higher on that initiative order is going to be better. Accept. Okay, next up, William. Okay, so he actually gets an extra attack if I take Paladin, which I do love. However, if I go to Warlock, you can see here, he also gets an extra attack from this. Now it says Deepened Pact. Pleased with your service and the otherworldly, pleased with your service, your otherworldly patron added a new... Pleased with your service, your otherworldly patron added new boons to the terms of your pact. Blade pact holders gain an extra attack with their pact weapon. The pact of the chain, yeah, so we don't have those other ones. And it means I get extra spells and things. So I think I'm going to go Warlock over Paladin. But it does mean I get to take some spells, which is exciting. What do I want to take here? I think I'm going to go for Hunger of Hadar. Oh, Fireball. Let's take Fireball because he does a lot of fire damage. I see him as like a paladin of Lathander, so like fire and light spells work for him. We could also go over here and I get to take something from here. Now I only get to pick one. And I think I'm inclined to go for Repelling Blast, which means that when he does Eldritch Blast, I have the option to kind of push people back as well. It may come in useful. I don't tend to use it a lot, but we'll see how it goes. I can always switch it out if I really need to. I also think I want to change a spell. I think I'm going to leave Darkness. And instead of Darkness, I think I'm going to take Hunger of Hadar. Now, Hunger of Hadar is kind of, I see it as like a advanced like blind spell. Do I want Hunger of Hadar? I'm also kind of eyeing up Armor of Agathis. Yeah, no, I think I'll take Hunger of Hadar. So it says, so like I say, this is kind of upgrading blindness because this says creatures within this black sphere are blinded anyway and take damage at the end of their turn and at the start of their turn. And at the start of their turn, anyone in the area takes 2 to 12 cold damage, and creatures ending their turn in the area possibly take 2 to 12 acid damage. I kind of wish it was fire instead of acid, but I do feel like that is an upgrade. So I think I'm going to take that instead of Darkness at this point. As long as we don't end our turn inside that, I think we're okay. Okay, accept. So even though we're not taking Laser with us, I think I'm going to upgrade her anyway. I think I'm going to go with, as much as I like the idea of leveling her up as Monk, I am worried about that hit to Dexterity, because she'll use her Dexterity modifier instead of her Strength modifier. And I don't know how long it's going to be until we level up again and I get her back to strength. Now, as much as I like the idea of this because it gives her an extra bit of movement speed, it gives her some extra attacks here, I think we're best off with Fighter. And also I think when we level up to level 9, I think we get more extra attacks per turn. So I think we get like a total of 6 attacks per turn, which is a lot for Lae'zel because she hits hard. So that's probably the better thing to do. And then what do I want to give her here? Probably Savage Attacker. When making melee weapon attacks, which is her main thing, you roll your damage die twice and use the highest result. I think that's probably going to be good for her because then she's dealing more damage on her turn. And 6 attacks dealing a lot of damage is going to add up. Right, Karlach. Oh, I'm so tempted to start putting points into Barbarian, but the thing with Barbarian is that a lot of the rage stuff that you get kind of gets dampened if you wear armor, and I like Karlach to wear heavy armor because she's my melee fighter. She gets in there, she hits hard. So as much as I like the idea of making her more of a Barbarian, I feel like it's more practical to continue leveling up Fighter. Remarkable athlete jump. You're a master of your own body. Your athletic prowess extend beyond the usual, and her jump distance is increasing by 3 meters. Now, she already has some stuff to increase her movement speed and make her be able to jump further. So she's basically going to be able to jump across the whole map and cover a lot of distance on her turn. So if we're chasing an enemy down, or if I really want her to get right in the middle of things, that is going to be a really good move to have. She's also got remarkable athlete proficiency. As a master of your own body, your athletic prowess extends beyond the usual. You can add half your proficiency bonus to any strength, dexterity, and constitution checks that you're not proficient in. So I don't know how useful that's going to be, but her strength is a +4 currently, so it could like add up. It could really help her out. I think it's the most practical thing to take, so I know leveling everybody up in Fighter is kind of boring, but Fighter is a really good class. So, see, here we go again. If I level Dirge up as Fighter, he now gets 2 attacks per turn. So, it seems like a no-brainer to do that. I'm going to do that. Okay, Mumthara. Mumthara, do you need to be a paladin or a fighter? She already has the extra attack that would come from leveling up Fighter. I feel like it might be a good idea to go for Fighter just to get the feat, because the feats can be really, really good. What do I want to do though? I haven't made a note because I'm stupid. She's got Savage Attacker. I think I might go for Martial Adept, because I do really, really like Disarming Attack and Trip Attack, and I feel like those could come in really, really useful to be able to trip enemies and disarm them. It also means I get like a +8 every time I hit if I'm using one of those attacks, so I feel like that could be useful. Yeah, let's go with that. Again, I can always go back and kind of re-roll this if I want to. I don't have to stick with what I choose. Shadowheart's easy because I'm just leveling her up as a cleric straight, because clerics get some really, really good high level spells. And so really all I need to do is figure out what I want to take with us. Now we do get access to these level 5 spells now, which is very exciting. One that I'm interested in is Planar Binding. Target an otherworldly creature and attach its consciousness to your own. It will follow you and fight with you as an ally. Now this means that, say we were fighting an elemental, you know, like the smoky elemental things that Gale and people like that have been conjuring. Say the other team have one of those, I can bind it to us and it'll fight for us until the turns run out. So what that means is if we're in a big fight with lots of people and I'm taking them onto our side, they're going to attack on our behalf, and then at the end when the timer runs out, then we're just doing like a more of a one-on-one fight. So strategically I think that's going to be very helpful to us. I kind of like this Flame Strike as well, so I might take away Silence and take Flame Strike. What else? Yeah, I think that's probably what I want to do there. I don't think I want to switch anything else out. Yeah, accept that. I think. I can switch out Shadowheart spells though, kind of using the spell book at any time, along with Gale, so I don't have to think too hard about it. However, with Gale, he now gets access to some really, really interesting spells. So we're getting Conjure Elemental, I love this spell, Cone of Cold, which definitely makes sense for him, Dominate Person, which is very similar to kind of that elemental spell that Shadowheart has. It means that we can basically mind control someone and make them fight a fight on our behalf. We have Planar Binding, we have Telekinesis, so many good spells there. Give me a second. Okay, so Gale can also access these spells via scrolls, and if he has one of those scrolls, he can learn it from his inventory. So I need to take things that he doesn't have scrolls for right now, which would be Cone of Cold and Telekinesis. Now Telekinesis, along with Polymorph, I've done some really fun stuff with. I can polymorph someone into a sheep and then telekinesis them off a ledge, you know, if they're very, very heavy. So these are techniques that I've used in the past to get me out of some really, really, really sticky situations. So whether or not we're gonna use them in this playthrough, I don't know, but they're fun to have. Yeah, so that is pretty much it, and then I can switch out here what I want to take. Actually, I'm going to do that using the spell book, so just accept that for now. Remind me to do that though, I'm gonna forget. Okay, so Jaheira then. Jaheira. What do I want to do with her? I definitely want to level her up as a druid. Her main modifier is wisdom. This is her strongest thing, so I could also give her some cleric spells. I kind of did that with Halcyon, so I don't know if I want to do that with Jaheira. I like the idea of, because she's a harper, I like the idea of her having a bit of kind of fighter or archery in there, so I don't know if I might also kind of subclass her with a ranger at one point. That might be quite fun to do. I think for the time being though, I'm just going to do a straight druid and we'll figure that out later. Now we get to pick a circle as well. I think I'm going to go with Circle of Spores for reasons that will become apparent later. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Circle of Spores for her. And then what do I want to take? So I'm going to sort out her spells right at the end of leveling her up. We're actually at level 9, guys, now, which is massive. For the end of Act 2, and we haven't even fought Ketheric yet, to be at level 9 is a very, very high level going into this situation. So we're doing well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to accept, and we're just going to level her up until we get to level 9, and then we'll pick her spells. So you can see we're unlocking some really good stuff here already. But again, accept. Because there's no point, because it can reset at each level, so I'd just be wasting my time. Right, okay, cantrips. Take guidance. We love a bit of guidance. Always comes in handy. We also get to take a feat. I am going to take alert, because again, we want to go high on initiative. I think that's going to be helpful for us. You can see as well, I've put some clothes on her. I'm not happy with these. I think we can probably find something better for her. But for the time being, while I'm figuring out what I want to do with her build, I've kind of got some kind of poison damage going on for her. I don't know, I was kind of like, I don't know, druid. I'm going Circle of Spores, which is kind of mushroomy. Mushrooms are really good at removing toxins. Poison damage, that's kind of what I was thinking there, but I'm not fully committed to her build yet. Yeah, just accept, level up. Which means I've taken some of the poison stuff off Minthara, so I'm still kind of figuring out what their builds are going to be. At this point, not fully committed to them. What level am I at? Level 6. Keep an eye on that. Level 7. Okay, keep going. Level 8. I have changed my mind a bit here. I was going to go for Circle of the Land, I think, which would have given me access to more spells. So I'm having to like rethink what I'm doing in the moment. Again, I like the idea of her being a bit of a ranger. Just because she's a harper, I like the idea of them kind of using bows and arrows. So having something like, she doesn't even have a ranged weapon yet. I need to get her a bow and arrow, but I like the idea of her keeping her distance and kind of doing a lot of spells and keeping back. I think it just suits her being a harper, so I might go for that. Your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalties from high ground rules, and you can add a +5. Or do I want to go lucky? You gain 3 luck points so that you can use to... Lucky is always really, really useful. Yeah, we'll go with luck. Lucky sounds like a good plan. Again, I'm not fully committed to Jaheira's build yet, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, prepare spells. This is the moment where we get to choose what we're doing with her. So let's get rid of all the things that are here. I like Conjure Elemental, but I think I'm going to go for Conjure Woodland Being for her. What else do I want? I'm going to take Call Lightning because she kind of canonically has that. I'm going to take Ice Knife. I'm going to take Healing Word, always comes in useful. Moonbeam's going to be useful. I don't see the spell that I specifically wanted, which is frustrating. Polymorph? Planar Binding could be useful. I want to take Insect Plague. Makes the area difficult terrain and imposes disadvantage on perception checks. Maybe not. Ice Storm's always useful. Ooh, I do like Enhanceability. That's a really good support spell. I might take Sleet Storm because I do like how much ground it covers. I don't know, Wall of Fire is always useful to have. I'll go ahead and I'll take Conjure Elemental and I'll take Sleet Storm. Again, not entirely happy with Jaheira's spells there. I'm probably going to redo her, but for now, that's what I'm settling on. Okay, so Halcyon, I'm going to do a Druid, and again, he's getting a couple of extra spells here, so Call Lightning's handy. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Okay, Astarion. I'm not going to go any more into Bard. As much as I like Astarion being a Bard, his charisma is bad. I could go into Rogue, but I feel like I do actually quite like giving him ranger abilities because I really like him having those ranged attacks. So I think I'm going to give him Sharpshooter. Do I want to change any of his spells? Probably not, no. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and give him Sharpshooter because again, then he doesn't get the penalty from the high ground rules. He's more likely to have advantage, being able to do the sneak attack. I think that's going to be really useful for him. And that is everyone. But I do need to go back to Gale and we need to go into his spell book and eat some spell scrolls. So if I go over here, what do we have? What do I want him to learn here? Cloud Kill's pretty fun. Yeah, I might leave that for Dirge. Conjure Elemental, definitely want him to take that. Disintegrate, oh I really want to get that when we get that far. There was another one, what was it? Oh, Planar Binding. And then also, have I got like Dominate Person? Dominate Person, there we go. Okay, take those, learn. It's only costing me 600 gold. So that is decent. And then I get to choose which spells I'm taking. What do I want to take right now? I don't really need Blight. I don't think I'm going to need greater... I might need greater invisibility. What do I want to take here? I don't feel like I'm going to need Sleet Storm. Am I? Telekinesis says, oh, there's so many good spells. I'm going to get rid of Witch Bolt. I don't use Witch Bolt very often. And maybe I want Conjure Elemental. I only get one level 5 spell slot though. This is the thing. Telekinesis is really fun. Let's go with that for now and see how that works out for him. Okay, the other thing that I need to do before I send everybody to kind of like rest at camp who are not coming with us, I need to go in here and find something from a long time ago, like right at the beginning when we were on board the ship. Right at the beginning, we collected these things, these slave mind and dark mind. These are kind of like brains in jars, slave mind and dark mind, and we're going to take those with us for reasons. Okay, I think we're pretty set in that case, so all we need to do is ask a couple of people to stay behind at camp. Lae'zel, I'm sorry girlie.
Speak your mind. I'm listening.
What we're going to say is, we're going into this Illithid colony. We don't really know what we're going to like find when we get down there. We're going to say, if we don't come back up, Lae'zel, we need you to go back to Kithrak Voss. We need you to go to the Githyanki and raise a Githyanki army and come back to stop this Illithid threat. If Lae'zel's down there with us, she can't do that. So that's why we're not taking her. That's what I'm going to say to her.
Camp? Are you certain?
No, I want you there, but I'm certain I'll come for you when I need you.
Very well. I'll keep watch until you call on me.
Also need you to keep an eye on, actually, do you know what, Halcyon, the babysitter of camp, the guy who's good with kids, could you please babysit Astarion? Keep him out of trouble for us. Thank you.
Ahead. I have a lot on my mind.
Oakfather preserve you.
I need you to remain at camp for now. Keep an eye on Astarion. Make sure he doesn't do anything shifty. Make sure he doesn't run away.
Wherever you need me.
I'll find you when I need you.
I'll be right here in camp. Take care out there.
Thank you. Okay, and then Astarion as well.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Me? I thought you liked Dirge. I think it's better if you stay here in camp for a while.
Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
Please just stay here.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
See, he's not too upset. He wasn't that invested in coming with us. Okay, I'm going to have a quick setup of like the pecking order here, and then we'll go to Moonrise Towers and jump into the Illithid colony, I guess. What could go wrong? All right, let's go to Moonrise. Back to the rooftop. The whole gang's here. We might get some conversation as well with having this big group together. They look so cool running up together. I really love all their fits. Oh my goodness, this is such a cool moment. Look at them all. Like, look at these guys. Don't they look cool together like this? Like, my army's all here. They kind of look a bit like bowling pins though as well, which maybe isn't the best comparison to make. But yeah, let's head in here. So we've got a couple of Harpers keeping guard. Harper Anthony.
There'll be plenty of dead to mourn when this is done. But songs to sing too.
And Ithbank to drink. Good times. Okay, Harper Lim.
Rest. Soon. But not yet.
I did have a bit of an idea of like going in and collecting up all the dead Harpers and Flaming Fist and kind of taking them back to the Last Light Inn and kind of burying them properly. But when I loaded the game, I actually came back to kind of do all my looting. All the bodies are gone and they've been replaced by like pouches. So I assume the Harpers and the Fists that were remaining kind of like did their honors for the companions, like without us needing to do it. Yeah, I came in and I kind of like looted everything that I could from around here. There's a little bit of stuff that the Zentarin had left as well, so I came and grabbed that.
Just tell me what you need.
Let's see if she has anything useful before we go in there. That was a very sexual noise back there in the background. Firebolt's always useful. Chain Lightning's a good spell. Oh, we do have a Scroll of Disintegrate. I might buy that off her. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to grab. Grab the Scroll of Disintegrate.
Lady, light away.
Okay, let's keep going. Anyone else hanging around back here that we can chat to? No, I don't think so. Let's keep heading up. So yeah, the Harpers and the Fist are securing the area. There's the cat though. There's Steelclaw. We love Steelclaw. So yeah, I've kind of opened everything up as well. I went in and unlocked everything and just made sure I'd looted everything properly. Where am I actually heading here? I'm going the wrong way. Up here. Okay, sorry, my camera angles are all over the place today. So here we are back on the rooftop where we fought Ketheric. Like I say, he kind of took Eralyne with him. Eralyne is the Night Song, that's her proper name. And then they've disappeared down this kind of squidgy turret here. Any last words that anyone wants to say? Just checking in with our journal then. We need to defeat Ketheric Thorm. We're doing a lot of quests today. We confronted Ketheric Thorm and almost persuaded him to surrender, but we wound up doing battle instead. He fled somewhere below the tower. We need to follow him and discover if he can be reasoned with. What else do we have here? Find the Night Song. We found the Night Song, but it isn't an artifact. It's a living, breathing woman who has been caged in the Shadowfell. What does the wizard in Baldur's Gate want with her? So we need to go and find her and find what's happened to her before we find anything out about the wizard. Rescue the Grand Duke. This is Will's father. So we know he's at Moonrise Tower somewhere. Lift the Shadow Curse. So in order to lift the Shadow Curse, we also need to kill Ketheric Thorm. So maybe he's going to surrender, maybe not. Find Zevlor. So Zevlor was the leader of the Tieflings all the way back in Act 1. He was kind of at Druid's Grove, and he was kind of trying to lead the Tieflings to Baldur's Gate for safely. He was from Elturel. What we know about him is that when they got into kind of an altercation with the Absolute, and he kind of tried to persuade everybody to surrender. Some of the Tieflings fled, and those who did surrender were slaughtered. So we don't know what's happened to Zevlor. We know that there's some resentment towards him for what he did. People feel like he was a bit of a traitor. We also need to find Mull. Mull was captured at the Last Light Inn when it was attacked by Marcus and those kind of like devil creatures. One of them swooped down and picked her up and carried her off. So we assume that she's been taken to Moonrise Towers. She wasn't in the prisons. We don't know where Mull is. All the children are really sad about that as well. So Shadowheart. Shadowheart wants to learn about her past from Dame Eralyne. Shah has punished Shadowheart by stripping her of all her favours and exiling her from the church. Now all Sharans will view Shadowheart as a pariah and an enemy. All she can do now is seek out the Council of the Night Song, or Dame Eralyne as she's known, and see what answers she can provide. What else as well? Blade of Frontiers, rescue Zariel's asset from Moonlight Rise Towers. Yeah, we've got kind of a lot to do, so let's get going. Let's jump in and see what we discover. It's saving. That is a bad sign. That means shit's going down today. You peer down the hole left by the tentacle that drew Ketheric into the darkness. Will you leap after him? Unfortunately, yes.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
Bit grim.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
Dream Guardian, I told you. Okay, we're close to the source of the
devil I meant to rescue somewhere near.
Your father, too, if our fortunes are so kind.
Okay, Will's feeling chatty, so let's see what he has to say.
Well met.
Nothing. He has nothing to say. Jaheira?
If you feel you are being watched, take comfort. That is only because you are. The colony knows we are here. Already I can hear the whispers.
Well, luckily I'll be camouflaged because I'm the same colour as the Illithid colony today. What is this? Some Harperish sixth sense? Sixth sense?
Ha! A sharper sense than that. That of painful experience. A colony is a sentience, comprised of the collective. For anything outside of that collective, assimilation or annihilation. If it tries to dominate me, turn me against you, well, I have seen you fight. I'm sure you'll be fine.
We'll just Uno reverse. We have those spells ourselves now. Okay. I'm glad to have Jaheira here with her wisdom and experience of fighting this kind of stuff. I don't know where that comes from, actually. I don't remember that being part of her lore. Gale, how are you feeling?
Fascinating as our surroundings are, we must press on. If our runaway general is down here, the heart of the Absolute will be too.
Yes. How is your heart doing? Probably beating quite quickly down here. I love that he's literally facing death. Like, he has to explode himself down here. And he's like, oh, it's fascinating. Taking notes. He's such an intellectual. Shadowheart.
We're in decidedly unfamiliar territory now. Keep up the pressure and stay alert. We need to find Thorm.
Good advice. Let's switch to Dirge and have a chat with Karlach.
This place is an Illithid stronghold. Let's finish what we came here to do and get out.
I'm a bit sad that we don't have like the remarks from like Lae'zel and Astarion and Halcyon. You can play yourselves, guys, if you want to buy the game. I believe it's like actually discounted right now. I saw a tweet about it, so it might be a good time to pick it up if you're considering playing it. I love this game. I've started another playthrough on honor mode, and I'm playing currently as, who am I playing as? I don't even know who I'm playing as. Whoever's first, when you actually load the character creator, whichever companion's first, that's who I've played as. Right, Minthara.
My memories of this place are grim. The reality is worse.
Okay. So she actually remembers being down here. Like, she was Tadpole, she was part of this. Okay, I'm so nervous. I want to save. I know it just saved, but I want to save myself anyway. Okay, what could possibly go wrong? Dirge lead the way, I guess.
Been this way before.
Oh, we need somebody to get through this thing. Membrane. Hello?
Evacuate.
Evacuate? They're giving the order to evacuate? What, because they've been discovered? Right, it doesn't like acid or fire. Who has fire damage? Who can throw a fireball at this thing? I actually don't know. Gale, do you have fireball? Yeah, he does. Fireballs. Beautiful. Good work, sir.
All is
okay, Dirge, lead the way.
It strikes me that for a mind...
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
What were you saying there, Gale? So the Dream Visitor said, tread carefully, you are close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest. So like, it's really, really strong in our brains. Gale says, it strikes me that for a Mind Flayer colony, there are remarkably few Mind Flayers about the place. That is, thankfully, I am grateful for that. There are a lot of these little brainy guys though. They don't seem too hostile right now. They seem to be accepting us as one of their own. She waits.
They're not attacking. Seems they think we're allies.
Yeah, they seem to think this is similar to like on board the Nautiloid. They just kind of saw us as one of their own. Some worrying looking things down there, so I'm gonna go this way first.
Better not be cursed.
Oh, the way it opens is so gross. I'm actually gonna switch to Cordia, I think, right now.
The stench. I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
quite a few.
Fresh recruits for Ketheric's army. To a necromancer, a morgue is a muster yard.
Ugh. Okay.
They should all be running.
No faces, only meat. Never think, never stop. Only chop, chop, chop.
He's yellow, so he's not hostile at the moment. He seems to be having a bit of trouble with what he was doing there. What did he say? Don't think about what you're doing. It's only me. So if he thinks about them having faces and being people, he can't do his work. He's troubled by it, which could be a good sign for us. That means we could exploit that. This brain looks different from the other brains, and it's caged.
It sings, chop, chop.
Oh, so disturbing. This little guy is green. It's us. Do you remember us? He was the little brain that we got right at the beginning on board the Nautiloid, and he actually helped us fight, and he took us to the helm.
Friend, you found the helm. We remember you well. You saved us once. Perhaps you can do it again? They are not kind to us here. We are different, they say, aberrant. They wish to repurpose us, destroy what they cannot fix. Please, help us escape harm.
So, because it shared our consciousness for a while, maybe we've affected it somehow. We've kind of... Whatever it's doing is different from the others, and the Illithid doesn't like it. It's in a little jail because it's different, right? It said that it destroys anything that's different. Kitty, I'll free you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you! You are a good friend. No. More. Rescuer!
That's what friends do. We rescue one another from scary Illithid colonies. Let's talk to this guy and see if we can convince him to kind of let this thing go. I don't know where he's gone at the moment, so let me have a look around here. There's stuff there. It makes me sad because you think about like who's ended up down here. Like one of them had a stuffed bear. Letter to the Absolute. A childish scroll ringed by doodles. Dear Absolute. So I don't know if this is like a goblin. They can't spell anyway. Teacher says to write. Oh my god, is it a child? Oh, it might be a child. Teacher says to write. He says it is like a prayer. We can see your tower now, and I hope it is bright and smells nice like Mother's temple. Teacher says, shush, Absolute. Teacher says she will follow us soon. Please send Teacher better dreams. He is grumpy, and when he is tired, he bounces the cart around a lot. We promise to all be quiet and good so he can sleep. This seems like a child that was not in a good situation. I don't like that. I'm going to take that just in case we need it as like evidence or something at any point. There's lots of things that are not nice here.
The moment
Parchment.
comes. The Absolute moves.
We don't know. What do you mean? What does this say? I might have to pick it up. Parchment. Read. The book has all but crumbled to dust, making it impossible to read. Well, that wasn't worth picking up, was it? Just throw it there. Oh, there's like more toys. Oh no, I don't like it. Oh. There's this thing down here as well. This looks like...
So much blood. The Illithids take what's useful and discard the rest. An offering from Moonrise Towers.
So this must be like below where they were like shoving the bodies down that massive pit. This is what they wanted a lot of the prisoners for, I guess. Waste not, want not. Okay, let's go and see if we can talk this guy into releasing.
Pretty faces go, chop.
I'd rather it didn't.
No faces, only...
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
Let's ask it a few questions. I feel so sorry. Okay, between you and me, I love Chop as a character. Like, I don't know. I feel really bad for him because he doesn't want to be doing this. He's being like mind controlled to do it. Justice for Chop. I don't want to enter his thoughts. I feel like that might make him angry. But we can say, what is this place?
Nursery. Here. They become.
Become what? The brains? Become what?
Part of one mind. 4 little feet. Dancing. To same song.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers. Here, the brains are harvested, made part of the hive mind.
But there is one. Little kitty. Dances. To another song. Same song. As you.
No, you're mistaken. I only dance to the one song, and that is whatever the Illithid tells me to do. Okay, alright, he makes kitties, so I don't know, waste not, want not. About that little kitty in the cage.
Bad kitty. Sings wrong song. Must fix.
That sounds foreboding. We're best at persuasion, so... listen, I'll take the creature with me. It won't disrupt the hive mind anymore. Okay, Jaheira, give me Eagle Splendor. Shadowheart, give me guidance. Okay, give me guidance, guys. We need it. We want to rescue Kitty. We're not leaving it down here. Yay, we did it.
Yes. Yes. Take. Only one song remains.
Yes.
Careful petting. Sticky.
Sticky. He's giving me the key to the cage. Okay, well that's good. Alright, I don't want to hang around here any longer than I have to, so let's free Kitty. Oh, I can't click on it. Ah, yeah.
We are free! Thank you, friend. But perils remain, near and far. Better to stay together. You and us, we will remain with you. Call us, and we will be at your side.
Wonderful. So now we can summon us. So if I click on common here, I think he's here. Yeah, conjure us to fight by your side. So we can call him anytime we want as like a companion, not a companion, what are they called? Familiar. Anything else to say, Chop?
You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
I need to find your master, Ketheric.
Master. Locked down deep. 1 of 3. 1 of 3.
Made him sad. I kind of want to enter his thoughts. Shall I do it? No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave him alone. My hope is that if we destroy the Elder Brain,
Make more. Never think.
like the people he's chopping up are already dead, right? It's already too late for him. He's not doing any harm other than creating more brains, but he's not doing that immediately right now. Shush!
Every soul made.
If we can stop that thing, then he might get his mind back. That's my hope. Like, there might be hope for Chop. If we go over here, there's some armor. So if you end up down here, if you end up down here and you've got nothing with you, you can come and grab a bit of armor, but there's nothing particularly special. Some of it's quite cool looking though, but there is this butchered mind. So I want to take this with us. He's not stopping me. So we now have 3 of these. The 2 that we got from the illithid ship and the butchered mind. Okay. Let's keep going. There's another butthole door here, so I'm gonna save again. Okay, what is behind door number 3 is this?
The city calls
Shadowheart, stay close. That is a lot of undead. So there's a lot of undead in here. And some winged horrors. And this guy, the Death Shepherd. So we need to try and focus our attacks on him. Luckily, everybody is kind of getting channeled through this narrow entrance here. So if I can protect this space, we can kind of get them to filter through one by one, and they're going to be easier to attack. So Jaheira actually has quite a good initiative there. So what do I want her to do? Probably Wall of Fire. If I can get Jaheira to kind of Wall of Fire along this entranceway somewhere, maybe about here. It's going to break Eagle Splendor, but I'm not too bothered about that. Target's blocked. What do you mean target's blocked? God, I hate that it does this. So it's a pain sometimes to get this across. There we go. That should be good. So the hooked horrors are going to be able to fly in behind it, but again, like everything else is going to have to run through, and it just gives us a little bit of wriggle room. So that is not too bad. Okay. All right. So Jaheira, actually, do you know what? Stand your ground. Stay where you are. You're fine. Okay. Cordia.
Is ever easy.
Shadowheart doesn't go for a while. I would have liked Shadowheart to have had a higher initiative. Can I get... What are these vulnerable to? Doesn't say a lot. They've got dark vision. I might be able to like blind them with radiant. They've got poison immunity. Okay, I might go in with... Should I just Sacred Flame him? I might Sacred Flame him. Okay, didn't do a lot. I'm playing it slowly. I'm doing a make them come to us situation here.
I thirst for combat.
Okay. These guys don't seem to be bothering us yet. We're okay. I might just move Minthara forward a little bit here.
A bold maneuver.
She has got, because I've given her, sorry, I've moved some of the equipment around a little bit. So Minthara currently has the Blood of Lathander, so she can do one sunbeam. But I think I'm going to wait until they come closer to do that. I might just fire a couple of arrows, so maybe one at this guy.
Time to bleed.
Look at the Far Realms. No, I don't want to use my good stuff. We're going to be down here for a while. So one tip I would give you is to just be a little bit cautious about using all your good stuff too soon, because there are a few ways that you can kind of take a long rest down here, but you can see that we can't go to camp. Now that we're here, we can't go to camp. So you need to take everything with you that you're going to need before you jump in, which is why I picked up those mines. And you're also going to want to be really, really economical with your long rests and things like that, because they are limited. So, which I'll explain more of in a bit, but just trust me for now. We just want to kind of keep hold of a lot of our good stuff. This uses my channel oath charges. Bestow the absolute frames on creature. Yeah, I don't want to use my good stuff. Divine Sense, I can use that and it restores on a short rest. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Okay, and that gives me advantage on attack rolls against undead. So I think that's good. Okay, they're going to get a go. He's using a dash, which is one of his actions. He's running through the fire because he's stupid. And he's down. He's dead. Oh my god. Are you going to do the same? You can fly. Why are you running through it? Okay, this is fine. We also have a dirge here. Luckily, nothing's bothering us back there. They're not reacting to what we're doing, thankfully. Okay. Can you... I am worried about this one that's up here. Can you sneak attack this one? You can. It says path interrupted. Right, come over here.
At the ready.
And sneak attack that one. There we go, advantage. Right, he is down. I can fire my arrows again. I think I'm going to go for that other winged horror there. Okay, not bad. And then I'm going to have Dirge just kind of move back. And maybe even hide a little bit here as well.
Just out of view.
Shadowheart, now you are the one that I've been waiting for. She can't reach destination. That's fine, just jump forward. Girly. Because I'm going to do with the classic. And I'm going to level 4 Spirit Guardians. Radiant damage. Because again, these are undead. They are not going to like Spirit Guardians. And if I just move forward slightly, then they're going to come in here. They're going to run through the fire and then get immediately hit by Spirit Guardians. So hopefully a lot of them are going to go down before they even get a shot on us. Okay, this one back here is going forwards. I'm kind of setting up and getting them to come to us. Okay. Gale, move forward. Again, I would love to get this Death Shepherd. So, Gale. Maybe he could go in with an Ice Storm. I don't want him to move forward though. Maybe an Ice Knife. Some of them might slip. Can I get him? Provokes attack of opportunity. Off who? I'm just going to get him to stay back. I'm going to protect Gale. Okay.
I got this.
I'm going to move Karlach forward.
In position.
Battle favors the fearless.
Will, you can stay at the rear. Right, come on. What are you going to do? He ran back. No, don't run out of reach. He's summoning more, but he only summoned one. That's not too bad. Okay, some of them are running forward. Yeah, he's taken a huge amount of damage there already. Some more are running forward. Down. This is what I wanted. They're all kind of gathering together. Some of them are already down. A lot of them are taking a lot of damage. This is perfect. Can you see how they're all huddled now? Down. Sorry if the view's not amazing. This is great. Everybody is in one place, which means I can now go in with Moonbeam, sorry. Move forward a little bit, girly. Come over here.
Stalking.
And again, I'm just setting up just damage on these guys. Great a zombie. Yeah, can I... Oh, that takes a lot of fire down. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. It's okay. The floor still... No, mistakes were made. I shouldn't have done that. It's okay, someone else can put wall of fire up. We're okay, we're fine. Don't worry.
Behold the dance of death.
Okay, calm down, girly. Okay, now could you please... I could go in with a lightning bolt. Yeah, move forward. Sorry, bad camera angles here. Come to about... Come in front of Shadowheart. I don't want Shadowheart to get hurt by my lightning bolt. And then, yeah, careful not to use Shadowheart. I can get a decent chunk of these guys. Probably if I do it like that. Yeah, let's go. Amazing. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I could use my quicken spell, but I'm saving it.
On your command.
Minthara, get over here and start bonking these guys. Again, she does have Moonbeam. Sunbeam, sorry. So I could run forward. Moonbeam. Quite a few of them. Sweet. And then I can start hitting them. So, do I want to use my action surge yet? Maybe not. Yeah, I might just hang on. I might just leave it there. I think we're okay. Run into Spirit Guardians. Yeah, down. Down before he could do damage. Okay. Dirge in that case. He's only got 1 hit point. He's got 38, 32. I think he's going to take damage on Moonbeam on his turn, so I think I might go for this Winged Horror.
Try me.
Sorry, bad camera angle there. Yeah, I'm going to go in again on the same guy. Again, carrying on with this technique of making them come to us.
Ready.
Shadowheart. Maybe you can go in with a cute little guiding bolt on this guy. Who else have we got? 1 hit point. He's got quite a bit. Go for him. Guy back there. Okay, cool. Did he go down? He took a lot of damage. No, he didn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, come on. Did nothing. Right, this is fine. We can get Gale to put Wall of Fire back up. Beautiful. And we're all good again. Karlach, I guess, going with a few shots on, I guess, this guy. Critical hit, look at that. Beautiful. And this guy. Critical hit again. She's so badass. And yeah, just hang out pretty much. We'll move forward a little bit more. And maybe, again, I don't want to use all the good stuff, so maybe a little Eldritch Blast here. This knocks him back. I don't necessarily want to knock him back, so I'm going to take off my passive that we just got. Repelling Blast, we just got this for him. So sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. I'm going to take it off unless I need it. Down. He's not too bad. Again, he's only like raising 1 at a time. They're already damaged. So let's deal with the majority of them, and then we can go after him specifically. We're definitely calling the numbers. Again, I do have an advantage because I've got 8 people, 8 players rather than 4. You're meant to only have 4, but I have done this a few times with only 4 people. Shadowheart is your friend here. Radiant damage is your friend. So we can move Moonbeam. And get it over this guy. He's down. Beautiful.
Another fight. Let's go.
I guess I'm just going to go in with an arrow. Sweet.
Yes.
Minthara. I guess, again, it's just really this guy here. So... Cool.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Okay. Who's put that firewall up? It was Gale, wasn't it? I think it's probably a good time to take that down now.
Let me recite their demise.
And then whose turn was it? Dirge's turn.
No choice but to keep going.
Dirge, can you move forward and get a shot on this guy? We can also like explode these and things. There's quite a lot that we can do. Why can't you reach destination? Are you stuck? Fine. Skip your turn. Okay, Shadowheart, move forward.
On my way.
Yeah, I could probably just get right over to him. I could Misty Step to him. There we go, he took 20 damage from that. It says 20 damage, but then he actually hasn't taken damage, so I don't know what happened with that. But I can Guiding Bolt him. I'm gonna level 3 Guiding Bolt. Disadvantage. It's fine. Still took damage. Okay, Gale. Can you get in here and do something to this guy as well, please? What do I want to do? So I don't want to hurt Shadowheart. Magic Missile might be good enough. Guaranteed to hit. Yeah? Happy with that? Karlach. Right, should we see how far Karlach can jump now? Can she jump all the way over to him? No, too far. But she can get close. Look at that. Damn, girly, that is a big jump. Okay, like, she can jump all the way there into the Spirit Guardians. Do it.
Got it.
That is a lot of ground to cover on your turn. And then I think I'm just going to shoot him. 7 hit points remaining. 2 hit points remaining. Keeping hold of her action surge. Don't even need to use it. Just, you know, back up your buddy. I ship Shadowheart and Karlach. They make a good team. And then Will. What have you got, Will?
On the victor's path.
Move forward. Don't run through the moonbeam. I might have Jaheira take that down, possibly. I don't know. Can you hit this guy from there? No, but you can hit that guy. Down. Death Shepherd's down. It's just that one guy. And he was stupid, so... Right, Jaheira, take down Moonbeam.
Always nice to be wanted.
We're all good.
Still breathing.
What normally happens that, and I don't know why it didn't happen this time.
Have I been this way before?
Really don't know what the difference was. Normally, brains attack me.
I fear he made more than thralls and ghouls.
What did she say there? I missed that. Jaheira said... No, Minthara said, whatever experiments Balthazar performed here, I fear he may have made more than thralls and ghouls. So yeah, Minthara did not trust Balthazar, quite rightly, I think.
One soul.
So I don't think there's much to collect off any of these. I may come back and do that off camera, but we'll check the Death Shepherd. I don't want to kind of encumber myself as well. Yeah, nothing too good. I mean, we can take that stuff and sell it at some point, but...
In your name.
For now, Minthara, could you pick up some of these
Secure.
Nautiloid tanks? Because they might come in useful. She's very big and strong, so I feel like she can probably handle that.
My chosen.
Yeah, so there is a situation where you can actually wake up, your characters will wake up inside these, and Balthazar's like doing a ritual, but I don't know, it's never happened to me, so
Father,
I don't
they
know the
will die
conditions
for
to
you.
make that happen. But
Don't
let's
press ahead.
explore Balthazar's lab, I guess. I can see more of those brain things.
I feel glorious.
She feels glorious. There's this thing here, the Resonance Stone, and it says, steeped in bliss, seized by a great joy, affected entity is more energized and also more mentally compliant. Entity has advantage on physical checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws. Entity is also vulnerable to psychic damage. So this is going to come in very, very useful, but we do not want to be vulnerable to psychic damage right now. So I am going to go ahead and send that to camp if possible. Let me just pick it up. Can I send it to camp? I can. I'm going to send it to, yeah. So that could be useful for people like Karlach, where...
Well, good feelings never last, I suppose.
Yeah, you probably can use it on board the Nautiloid, but I don't want to be vulnerable to psychic damage right now, considering that's like the main weapon that the Absolute uses. But coming into future battles where, you know, we're battling people who don't do psychic damage, like having something like that that bolsters the strength of people like Karlach and Lae'zel could definitely be useful. We will use that to our advantage. Dirge, I'd like you to explore this area, please, if you don't mind. We've got a prayer for forgiveness. So this, I'm not sure who wrote this, but let's read it. Maybe Balthazar wrote this? Forgive me, Father, for I cannot help but admire the chosen of your sworn foe. End the Gortash, that's who sold Karlach to Zariel. End the Gortash's genius will take us far, but fear not. Those of Bane always fall to the same folly. They cannot see the beauty of obliteration. Maybe this is Ketheric? I don't know, because he's like, was a Shah worshipper. The absolute hoax will garner false love from new slaves. But once I've built a large... Yeah, so it's not even... They're not even followers. They're literally slaves to them. I told you it was a see you later, Toby. But once I've built a large enough army, I will use our hold upon the absolute slaves to begin this vile world's end. I assume this is Ketheric then. Oh no, he's talking about Ketheric. Maybe it is Baldur. I'm so confused. I can see the path through Gortash's brilliant plan. Gortash, Ketheric and I will seize the Netherese relics that control the crown and then use the crown to command the Illithid Grand Design. Right, hang on. They're going to use... Right, so Gortash, Ketheric and this third other person are using the crown of Karsus to control the Nether Brain and end the world? The dead three, age-old foes, our dire patrons, will become bosom friends for a time. Father, you created me to be the last soul alive. When the time is right, my power is assured. I will slaughter Gortash and Ketheric upon your altar, where I myself hope to die when the world itself is gasping its last. So this person was planning the end of the world for whichever deity they worship. But it's not Ketheric, it's someone else. At the end of it all, Father, there will not be a single creature living. Everyone will die for you. I will make you proud. Note appended at the bottom of the page in a different hand. So someone else has come along and wrote, ha, Orin was right about her sibling, Balth. So whoever wrote this was the sibling of someone called Orin. Anyone putting two and two together? Don't let me know in the comments. Yeah, no spoilers in the comments, guys. But this is looking extremely grim. I need to put my headphones back in because the absolute was like chanting in my ear as I was reading that. Hang on. What's this here? An eye patch. Mole wears an eye patch.
This is Mole's eye patch. What's become of her?
I don't like the thought of a child being in this place, but if anyone is going to survive this situation, it would be Mole. She is a very scheming child in a good way. Balthazar's notes. His obvious deficiencies aside, it cannot be denied that young Gortash has the mind of a scientist. Before his latest invention, the Illithid Library was no more than rows of brains swimming in the cerebral slop. With his device, we no longer need psionic power to access the memories contained within, only to insert the subject and speak to it directly. I do wish he were not so eager in testing the device on more recent subjects of his own, however, nor in leaving the skull shavings scattered across my workbench. Okay, so they're talking about... I don't think I need to pick that up, but what's this? A final mournful entry carrying with it a vast hollow feeling of grief. The colony in decline, the elder starving, falling dormant to preserve its strength and lie in wait for some salvation to come. So I guess this is what happened previously, before Gortash and Ketheric and everybody came to revive the elder brain.
These symbols are nonsense to me. So why can I read them?
A flash of Nautilus lining a great dark void, one mind with one purpose, moving in concert through the darkness between planes, the design in action before the slave minds rose and ruined it all. Yeah, so it's like the humans dominating the Illithid for their own use. Right, Dirge failed that check, so can she pass it?
These symbols are nonsense to me. So why can I read them?
Arcana? Maybe Gale can do it?
This is gibberish. Yet somehow I understand it? Odd. Decidedly odd.
Shadowheart, are you good at Arcana?
Always sharp. Worth a try.
I just want to see if anyone can pass this check.
Mind Flayer script. And it makes sense. Must be the tadpole acting as a translator.
Okay, so this book was talking about this device next to us here. I'm sorry about that noise.
Blood. No,
Never mind.
True mind, willing mind. So what we can actually do is put these minds into this, and then this thing will speak what the brain is thinking. So let's start with the two that we found aboard the Nautiloid, the slave mind.
They're in my head. They're in my head! They're in yours too! It won't be long now, until we're changed! Am I dead? I don't want to die, but I don't want to live, not like this!
So, I have noticed this is a bit buggy for me, so I'm sorry if it's not great, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's try the next one. So, Dark Mind. I feel like maybe I should get Dirge to talk to them because some of them might recognize him and give him more information.
That's splendid.
Oh, my darling Eralyne, how I'd love to wine and dine ya, but you chose my foolish brother. Oh, and when you two are wed, well, my heart will be but dead. For my sister, you will sadly surely be.
We don't have time for this.
Brother, he's
Lady, we don't have time for this.
And I take you for a chooser, so.
Wait, brother though.
One day you'll leave him high and try.
Because that letter mentioned a brother or sister.
And if you choose
the brother of Orin?
What's more loving than a brother? Yes, a stand-up home.
Maybe not, because I don't think he was a stand-up homely sort of guy. If he was plotting the end of the world. Okay, that was lovely. Thank you. Did not tell me anything new. Okay, who is next then? There's quite a few of these, so Butchered Mind. Okay, let's try it. Dirge, you're up.
Nothing hurts anymore.
That's splendid.
Shh. This place listens. It knows. If we're going to escape, we have to be smart.
This one might have a plan. Okay. You know a way out.
This place is alive. A big thinking thing. And it needs our flesh to grow. I've seen them put corpses in the walls and they just melt away. So we've got to trick it, see? Make it think we're part of it. That's why the door's only open for... Wait. How did you get in here? Away, slave! They might have taken your mind, but they won't have mine!
About that. Yeah, so they don't necessarily even know that they're dead.
Can't give up now.
Okay, what else? True Mind. This one might be interesting. True sounds better than Butchered.
A dull moment.
Empty vessel. Nothing more.
Oh, like True Soul?
Lending voice to elder law.
Why are they all talking in riddles and poems?
That's splendid.
Empty.
Oh, I clicked on it again by accident.
Of a cleric.
Where did it
no
go?
Guards required.
Wait, did it not go in? What happened?
Mine's never quiet.
I don't think I put it in. I think that was like when it hasn't got a brain in. There we go. Okay.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting time.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days. To ask me how I feel. I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it?
Who is this he that you're talking about?
We are his pets. His plan. Lord Gortash.
Not gonna lie, kind of glad Karlach isn't hanging around with him anymore. It is the first day.
The first, yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye, but the first day he came to visit. He says I am the last.
that the other subjects have all changed.
Tell me about these others.
Separate cells. I never saw them, but when they changed...
My head! I can feel them in my head!
Okay, calm down. Calm down. It's the second day. Second day.
Eye hurts. Head hurts. But he says I'm past the worst of it. That I won't change like the others. He's given me a place of honor, so he can repeat his miracle. And a name. True Soul.
Right. So this was part of Gortash's experiments, trying to control the Illithid to create the True Souls. Excuse me, as like a mind control technique. So yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay, it's the third day.
She whispers in my mind. She sings. Praise the Absolute.
Okay. Next up then.
How many died
Not finding
today?
out anything
How
too
many died
useful,
tomorrow?
but there's a bit of lore. Willing mind. So I guess this is somebody who wanted to be part of the Absolute. In which case, maybe this person knew Dirge.
At least things have stayed interesting.
A splendid.
Pardon? Wouldn't do to phlegm all over Lord Gortash during my first performance, would it? Acoustics are a little off in here. Which is where exactly?
Yeah, so that some of them don't know what's happened to them. Never mind about that. Tell me about this Lord Gortash.
He heard me singing in Beggar's Rest. Said he needed someone to give voice to lost knowledge. A little over my head, being honest, but the Lord has gold. I trust he knows his business. Now, I'd best warm up.
Yeah, sorry it cuts out a lot. I don't know why it's doing that. It's specifically this bit. So that sounds like a very similar story to what happened to Carla, because she was an orphan on the streets of Baldur's Gate, and he kind of got her and used her as a bodyguard. So this idea of him kind of going to the places where people are poorest and recruiting them and then doing horrible things to them seems to be a bit of an MO for him. So yeah, definitely somebody who's using people and like using the people who are most vulnerable. So not a fan of Gortash. I'd best warm up. I don't think we need to tell them where they are. I think it's better that they don't know. No need. I think you got the part.
Truly? And my ma said the singing would come to naught. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Alright, I'm sorry, that was the last of the ones that we've got. So if we find more, we can come back.
Never wanted the easy path.
There's this down here. Anything? You got anything, Mr. Skeleton? Nothing too useful. Let's keep exploring. You okay? What was that noise? Gale, was that you? There's this area over here. We will have more fighting. This is a bit of a puzzle. So if this bit's kind of a bit boring for you, do feel free to skip ahead to like where we're going into the next room. But I quite enjoy doing this.
The absolute no.
As the console bursts into life, a mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Okay, begin to manipulate the mind. A bit worried it might manipulate me back, but I quite like this little puzzle. It's like a little maths puzzle. So basically you have to make all the connections all the way across and match each thing to the thing on the other side. So for example, this one here is memory, and then where's memory? There's the other memory. So it is a bit tricky though. So for example, this one here, there's only one connection here. So I'm probably going to have to do that one first, which is speech. So if I try and get speech over to here, speech. So if I connect it to there, and then there, and then there. I'm probably going to do it wrong the first time, but there we go. So we're connecting like the neural pathways in the mind. Then this one here is emotion. So that's going to have to come to either here or here, but I presume here. So how do I get emotion to here? See, I'm stuck already because I needed that one to do emotion, I think. Is this emotion? Emotion here, here, here. Oh no, maybe I can do it. Emotion here, here, here. It went wrong somewhere. There. I feel like this is wrong, but
welcome.
You can hear it starting to try and talk. Is that not emotion? Emotion, yeah. Why won't it connect? There. Okay. Next up, we've got reason here and reason there. So that one seems quite straightforward.
Master, welcome.
Okay, but I don't think I can do this last one. Yeah, look, because I need that one to be able to do it. So how would this one go? This one go here, here, here. I don't know. This might take me a while. I'm going to have to undo what I've done.
Master, welcome.
Okay. Memory.
Welcome back, Master.
And then it's just emotion. I've definitely gone wrong somewhere. Let me undo this one, speech. And we'll do emotion again.
Welcome back, Master.
Master. Sounded like Laszlo. Okay. Speech. Yeah, I've done it, I think.
That's it. Time to see what's back there.
Big brain time. Okay.
And what now?
Not design, but death.
Okay, skeleton. Ooh, circlet of mental anguish, psychic leech. When an enemy fails a charisma, intelligence, or wisdom saving throw against one of your spells or cantrips, you regain 1 to 4 hit points. That's not great at this point. Mental interference. When you deal psychic damage, you also inflict mental fatigue for 2 turns. That might come in useful for either Minthara or Lae'zel. So we'll take those. Not the best. And then Blade of Oppressed Souls.
Gate will know
Blade of a Pest, it also does psychic damage. Fragments of dead souls are imprisoned in the steel. Angry, powerful, hopeful, or scared. All of those rose up against the Illithid masters, and all of them fell to this blade. Now they are mapped forever, forced to end their oppressors. It sounds like Githyanki. Crowning Strike. Unleash the wails of the dead that fell to your blade and possibly instill Crown of Madness on your target. That seems like something that should go to Lae'zel, honestly. Feels very Lae'zel-y. Or potentially Minthara. And then we have this Waking Mind. So let's find out more about who these things belong to. Okay. Waking Mind. There we go. Insert. Okay, Dirge. I guess take the lead here. Do you want Dirge to do it? No, I'm gonna get... Yeah, no. Yeah, let's get Dirge to do it.
A splendid device.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison. If not the noble Githzerai features I was born with. I'd guess you're no willing guest of the Gake either. Perhaps we might aid one another.
Okay. Dirge failed his history check, but I didn't. The Githzerai I am obsessed with, and I am mad that they're not in this game, like, as playable characters. So you've got the Githyanki, which is what Lae'zel is. The Githzerai are like a splintered group that kind of... they have a different outlook on the world. They're more like monks. So where the Githyanki are like the military fighting force of the Gith, the Githzerai are more kind of monkish. They're more kind of almost spiritual in a way. They're more of the astral plane. They are not as they are still brutal, but not as brutal. They're a little bit more open to reason, right? So I love the Githzerai, and I'm really mad that we can't play as them. I've played as them kind of roleplay wise. I kind of have had a Gith, but played them as like a monk and played them as though they were Githzerai. But anyway, you call yourself Githzerai. Is that some kind of Githyanki? I'm gonna insult her now.
Oh, for a set of hands to slap your face! The Yankee lost their way the moment Gith threw down the Gate Empire. Only we, Zerai, continue the war to end the Gate forever. Only we fight them on their own battlefield, the mind.
See, different modus operandi. I'm listening. What aid are you offering?
My order taught a psionic technique much feared by the Gate. They destroyed us for it, and kept me as a trophy. I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
You don't have to tell Dirge twice.
You catch the lie. The monk isn't telling everything.
If you want my help, then tell me the truth.
All right. The Gate did not find my monastery. I led them there. They promised me immortality, and they gave it. I have been their rotting trophy for centuries.
As her agitation swells, so does her latent psionic power. To your tadpole, that guilt and terror are almost fragrant. You realize the Illithids locked her away not as a trophy, but as a fine vintage.
Right.
Please, touch my mind and purge it. The moment you do, my knowledge will be yours.
Deal, bestie. Reach out and consume her mind, or reach out and purge her mind? She asked for us to purge it, right? Because I want the knowledge. I feel like that's the right thing to do. Approval. I think I made the right choice.
The that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, but you feel something left behind, A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
Okay, so now we have the Githzerai mind barrier. Having assimilated a splinter of Githzerai knowledge, mental barriers have been erected in the affected entity's mind. It now has advantage on intelligence saving throws. So that is very, very useful. Thank you so much for that. I don't know what would have happened had we chose the other option. Consume it. He did say it was like a fine vintage. I feel like that was a very dirgy answer because I'm not familiar with that because normally I don't play as a dirge. So that was quite new to me. I'm kind of curious to know what would have happened. Right, let's get out of here and go to the next room. So those of you who are skipping forwards, come back. We're going to do something different now.
Many hearts, one soul.
Okay, I'm nervous though, so I'm going to save. Okay, so on to the next room. Through the butthole. Okay. The little guys aren't fighting us, so that's good, I think. Let's keep going. This big butthole, that's the one we want to go through last. So we'll keep working our way around. You can see you can kind of peek down there. There's an elevator. This is what I was talking about, like how you can kind of have a long rest using one of those devices and get your spell slots back. But we're doing that right at the end of exploring. I don't want to do that too soon. Okay, barracks. Everybody, are you with me? Not you. You're not Kitty. Go away. Okay, see what the situation is in here.
Some who worked here were not thralls or undead. They were loyal to Ketheric and his grim cause.
So they weren't tadpoled? They were just doing what Ketheric wanted. Okay, we've got some people over here.
Bring death. Embrace.
Lashes. Balthazar let one of his walking carcasses lapse from his control. Let's ferry them back. Wait! By the Bone Lord. It's you! I thought I'd never see you again.
Do we know you, lady?
I wanted to keep you for myself, but they shipped you away.
You might recognise a name. We found a note in Balthazar's study back at Moonrise that was by Cressa, I think it was. So, yeah, maybe we'll have a quick look at that. I don't want to mess things up. I've saved, it's okay. Let me go to Cordia a second. So if I go here, I think it's probably in Dirge's inventory. Let me see if I can find this letter. Elder Brain Domination clasped book. Oh, here we go. This is a log on the work of one of Balthazar's necromancers, Cressa Bone Daughter, dated 210 days ago. After the state of the Fallen One... So it's talking about Dirge. After the state the Fallen One was in, I never expected Cressa would be able to save it. So something had happened to him. I was hoping the usurped thing would die. We'd been usurped. Dirge had been usurped. That's what it would have wanted. It's not as if Cressa studying it is going to prove much. It was damaged in the attack. Dirge was attacked, far beyond what the mere tadpole could do. But she seems fond of the foul creature, let her play with it. 10 days later, I should not have, in hindsight, let Cressa keep her pet. Ever since, so she was treating Dirge as a pet, ever since it was shipped onto the Nautiloid to be deployed, she has been inconsolable. So they had intentionally taken Dirge, right, Dirge had been attacked, Cressa was treating it as a pet and messing with him. They, I guess, thought they'd rehabilitated him and deployed him as a soldier on board the Nautiloid, but Dirge didn't remember what had happened to him. It won't survive out there. It needs me. It isn't like the others. The feral thing will make a fine warrior of the Absolute, and now my best assistant is distracted thinking about it. She will come to heal again soon enough. So she She was keeping Dirge as a pet and experimenting on him after he'd been attacked. Okay. And he was meant to do something. So he was sent out there with a mission, but he doesn't remember. Okay. Keep me. What did you do to me?
You talk? And you are aware? How is that possible? Oh, but what an arresting voice you have. You're not supposed to be here, Special One. That's not right. But I don't want to damage you. You were my very first, after all. I learned everything about the parasites from you. I remember finding you close to death.
Why? What had happened?
Beaten black and blue on the floor of this sanctum. It must have been a few hours after the tadpole was placed in your skull. How you got here was a total mystery. But I stitched you up just enough to keep you alive, then placed you within your crib.
Just enough to keep him alive?
I kept you as mine until you were needed by our superiors. We had such a close bond. I opened you up endlessly with my scalpels and got lost in your insides.
Lady, this was not consensual and this is not normal. You have picked on the wrong dirge. So he was forcefully infected and maybe he tried to fight them off, which is why he got beaten up. I think this is the most important question. I was needed in the Absolute's plan, but for what?
The most important work, the nature of which I only heard whispers. Truthfully, I'm not surprised to see you found your way back here all by yourself. I always knew you were clever.
Talking to him like a dog.
It has never been the same with another. All the other victims who come here just meekly obey. You thrashed. You fought. You were indomitable. But as special as you are, you shouldn't be swanning around here, acting as if free will is yours again. We're going to kill you, sweet one.
Try it, bitch.
But I promise I will stay with you afterwards. Lashes, bring this one back to my table. And prepare my knives for a long night of experiments.
Bitch, I got backup. Bring it. Okay, we've got good initiative. I chose well giving Jaheira the alert feat. And Cordia, to be fair. Because they would not have rolled that high. She would have gone first had I not given them the alert feat. Okay. Well, a lot of Dirge backstory there. She was experimenting him against his will, and he liked that he fought her. She's fucked up. I think we definitely need to destroy this woman. I am gonna... Right, what have I got? What have I got? I think... Did I pick up Ice Storm? Yes, I did. Okay, that is probably going to be a good choice. Let's use Ice Storm on them and hopefully stop them from coming too close. Okay, go. Okay, they might slip if they try and get to us then, basically. Alright, Dirge, are you okay, mate? I am gonna get to one side so they can't do like anything ranged on me. Okay.
Nothing will stand in my way.
What have we got here? They've taken quite a lot of damage already. Cordia, I think you should perhaps get in front of Dirge.
Into the bloody fray!
She's excited. And maybe we'll do a lightning bolt on them. Okay, one is down. Harry Henry, bad luck, bad times for you. Everybody else is looking rough. So I'm gonna have Cordia just kind of run out to the side here and get some distance. I'm cautious about these Nautilus tanks.
Not even the worms.
She fell prone. Okay, let's fire some arrows at some of these other guys. I kind of want to leave that person to Dirge, so let's try if we can take this person down.
I will enjoy this.
They used shield, man. Actually, do you know what? Let's try and go for that one. Disadvantage, it's because I'm too far away. Move forward. Because this person goes next in initiative. So if we can take them down, they're not even going to get a turn. Exactly 10 hit points. That is what I needed. Wait, did you just level up? What did that say? Okay, back up. I could action surge. I don't think I need to.
Still on my feet.
Do you want to get your revenge, boy? This person's got shield, man. 11 hit points. Well, I think an ice knife should be able to deal with that. That's what you get for experimenting on my boy. He is now invisible as well, which we love that about Dirge. Go over there.
Must be on my way.
And Gale, do you wanna finish off this guy? He's got a shield though. Let me have a quick read of what that does. Examine. Immune to magic missile. That's what I was gonna use. Armor class is increased by 5. Let's just try and ice knife him. Let's see what happens.
Oh, the iron is hot.
Oh, we got through. We did something.
Stay focused.
Shadowheart, do you want to throw something at this person? I don't want to use Firebolt because it might melt the ice, and I would prefer them to slip. 91%! You should have missed then. It would have been very typical of her. Carla, come forward. Maybe you can just fire an arrow. Do you want to finish this guy off? Oh, okay. Well, you can go again. It's fine. Nobody messes with my Dirge and gets away with it. Oh, I do see another one of those mines. Closed mine.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, we'll grab it. Okay, what else have we got in here? So we've got some skeletons. Again, I'll come back and inspect everything properly off camera just to make sure I've not missed anything before we leave. But letter from Ironfinger. She's gonna put one in me any day, a tadpole, right? Cressa, who was initiated the very same hour as I, all those years ago, she's gonna put a parasite in my ear while I sleep. I can't bear to be without a pet to experiment on. She can't bear to be without a pet to experiment on. Needs to have a thrall locked away so she can go further than Balthazar will let her. Cressa, I remember her when we were just stomping on ant piles and raising them back up. On our very first deaths, I hope you remember somewhere. So they were friends for a long time, I guess. Look at Carla just dancing away there. She's so funny. So yeah, Cressa, she might have seemed loving, but she didn't know what love was. She was willing to like betray her friend.
She is but the hack doctor who half pieced you together after whatever caused your head to get in this mess. Someone else must have attacked you in the midst of whatever you were doing down here.
What were you doing,
This necromancer was a grunt in the scheme of the horrors enacted against you. That attacker is the source.
Try to remember the attack.
In the heart of all these membranes, there was a dagger awaiting you all along. But from who?
I don't know, man. Who wants to pick this up for me? Shadowheart?
Better fetch that.
Who else can pick something up? Carla? Do you want to grab this one? They might come in handy. We might as well grab them. Okay. Dirge, do you want to keep looking around, boyo?
I must.
Bit of meat, we'll take it. Don't really need these flails. Does she have anything? She's just got one of those Mercolite scourges. They're not that interesting, to be honest. Okay, I'm a bit sad that she didn't have anything more interesting on her. You would have thought we'd get like a special dirge object for, you know, destroying someone who is abusing him. Okay, what else do we have in here? Another book. Journal of Matthew. I remember our life as country surgeons back in Nashkel. We only ever wanted to be the best, to learn how to staunch any mortal wound. How did we get here? So they were like doctors? Cressa hasn't been herself since her pet true soul, Dirge, was shipped out on that Nautiloid. I haven't been able to I haven't been able to so much as touch her. I find myself growing green at the thought. My own wife revolts with me with her experiments. Not really my wife any longer. I thought about getting that favourite creature dispatched. Oh, so this is the person that got Dirge dispatched on the Nautiloid. Would bring her back to herself, but she pines for that damn feral corpse with a... Sorry, that's Lana Mayer. She pines for that damned feral corpse with aching need. If she finds out I ratted her out to Balthazar that she was keeping it and got it sent away, she'll kill me. Maybe we should have found that out before we talked to her. Maybe we should have got them to fight each other. Is that a thing? Again, I don't normally play Dirge, so I don't know all the things that can happen.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
Any idea what we'll find? Duke Ravengard, now we've reached Moonrise.
Not in a mere prison cell, certainly. My guess, Thorn will have confined. The deeper we dig, the closer we get.
Okay. Why was he smiling? What else is in here? Yeah, so... Cressa's husband was jealous of Dirge because he was getting all that attention. I mean, it was messed up attention. It wasn't the kind of attention that I think he wanted. What's in here? So this is Mistress of Souls. Is that her?
Here goes nothing.
Experiments on the first one, day 4. Again, I have noted a fluid leakage from the oral cavity and have ascertained the cause. I can't read today. Due to the unusual methods of parasitic insertion, the secretions of the creature within are leaking out rather than being absorbed by the brain, as we have noted in other thralls. I cannot say why the parasite is evacuating this oil, but it has the scent of garlic. We now know it indicates that it is fed on the host's brain matter itself. I have collected a sample of ear fluid. Day 5. I assume they're talking about Dirge. Vivisection day today showed no signs of pain as I was unravelling the long intestine, that is gross, but instead grabbed the organ as if it were a rope, reached to wrap it around my neck as if to strangle me. Good for you, Dirge. But all the strength in his poor arms is quite gone. I had to thread the guts back into the body. We'll try again another day. Well, I love that he fought her though. Like, I don't know, good for you for putting up a fight, mate, with your own intestines. That is badass. Brutal and gross, though. I don't really want that kind of information in my brain, so... what else do we have here? I don't think... Oh, Cressa's notes. I have seen 1,000 ears. Some have the reflexes to twitch when they know the worm is about to burrow. The worm takes longer to get through if the entry hole isn't cleaned. I have taken to torching them with an ear candle. If it all makes for dull work, I'm tired of ears. I'm tired of my only orders being create thralls. Apparently all we need to know about the brain is being handled by the chosen. I am forbidden from studying these dull thralls. I need a new one that Balthazar doesn't know of, a creature of exceptional will, like my dear old pet. Can keep fragments of its own mind while being affected by the parasite. We need to know why, so she was also kind of investigating the true souls. At least we know a little bit more about Dirge now, though. Okay, did I look in that box? I think there might be one more room. That's where we came in. Did I look in this one? Harry Henry's journal. These slick innards, these fluid chambers, how long have we been here making thralls? He doesn't know how long he's been there. I don't want to any longer. Not everybody who's down there wants to be down there. And they weren't tadpoled. Merkel is drowned out in my head by my own spiral fears. The Bone Lord doesn't want a coward. So he was loyal to the god of the dead, was it? Merkel? None of this looks real. I am in a cracking belly. I am turned upside down. I am dead. Merkel's grey waste sounds almost peaceful. Not like this. So he was going a little bit mad, it seems. Well, do you know what? You shouldn't be hanging around with such Weird fuckers. What do you expect? Like, no loyalty among thieves, you know? Okay, where do I go next? I'm all turned about. This way. I don't think we've been this way yet. I'm gonna save again. Alright, and do you know what? Durgis had his moment. I think I'm gonna grab Cordia and go into this area with Cordia.
I'll give it a shot.
See what is next in store for us. Do you know what? We haven't even used any of like the extra attacks or anything, so we're still looking pretty good.
This place has been used to make slaves of those who should be masters.
Hello? I'm glad we bought
brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Well, that doesn't sound good. We know they're on the way to Baldur's Gate, right? We've got brine barrels. I don't know if I want to mess with those. So this is about Gortash trying to figure out how to make true... Shush! How to make true souls. Dictated to Scribe Yanthus by Enver Gortash. So this is Gortash speaking. Ceremorphosis. Illithid larval transformation of a host humanoid into a mind flayer. So people have talked about how smart he is, right? Typically occurs in less than a 10-day after the infection. But the tadpoles laid by our captive Elder Brain are enhanced due to the powerful Netherese magic of the Crown of Karsus. If you know who plays Gortash, I am not doing the actor justice with whatever voice this is. Our enhanced tadpoles induce in their hosts a sort of suspended ceremorphosis, a state in which the host becomes susceptible to telepathic influence and even coercion from the Absolute, our Elder Brain. For our purposes, there are two key aspects to this influence. First, conversion of the host into a mental lackey of the Absolute occurs entirely without the host's awareness. So some people don't know their true souls are infected with tadpoles. Its servility feels comfortable and natural, and is never consciously questioned. Second, the servile state persists even when the host is far beyond the usual range of an elder-brained psychonic control. This phenomenon is spectacularly useful given our ambitions. Yeah, so he's basically creating an army of slaves. What a dick, right? Like I say, I'm so glad, actually. Like, Karlach is technically lucky that she was sold to, like, the devils, because had she been hanging around Gortash at this point, he probably would have tadpoled her. Well, I mean, she got tadpoled anyway. Maybe she was tadpoled. Maybe she was tadpoled before she even got sent to Zariel. Who is that? Who's talking? Just a minute. Hurry. Until long rest. Caustic brine takes acid damage per turn. Maybe we can grab a couple of these. I don't know.
Chosen all my heart.
It might come in useful.
And you, my many hands.
We are getting so encumbered right now. I'm just like taking everything I can off this ship. I'm like, it might be useful. I'm basically a hoarder. Okay, I'm coming. What do you want?
With haste.
Who is this? Be patient.
That pod. Is that Mizora inside?
Will, I found Mizora.
Mizora, you're Zariel's asset.
My dumb little stinker. Took you long enough. Now, by Grazit's cock, get me out of this thing.
I'll do it, and you'll set me free.
I don't know why it's jumping
that
so much.
Was the deal.
Yeah. So, get to it already.
The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Examine the device on the left.
The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
Examine the device on the right.
You recognize the marking from the Nautiloid. An illithid symbol meaning unleash.
So we have the choice to either annihilate her or unleash her. I can also smash the pod or leave her there. We're getting Mizora out. I actually kind of love Mizora as a character. Like, as a person, terrible. Would not mess around with her, you know. But in the game, we're going to unleash her. You know, we did have a deal. She did say she was going to release Will from his pact if we unleashed her, if we rescued her. Need a hand, my lady? Gonna say thank you, or?
You did all right, Will. I'd give your belly a good rub, but never could stand the smell.
You're free, Mizora. I held up my end. Now you hold up yours. Sever the pact.
Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? Gods damn you!
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
Bloody hell, Mizora. I am gonna go with, because she's not going to release him no matter what we say at this point, but we can get something out of her. Not even a thank you. You'd think we'd get a reward for going through all this trouble. Okay. Eagle Splendor me. Guidance me, guys. Like, we want this. We want this. Yay!
Another one? Well, after jumping through all those hoops, a little treat wouldn't hurt. All that power. And to think you want to throw it away. Now, you've got business in the towers to take care of. Don't you fret. I'll find you soon enough. You're going to need me. Count on it. Oh, and go ahead. Tell your chums how we met. It's a real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Okay, so we said before, bye Mizora! Thank you! So we've got the Mizora gifted Will an infernal rapier for his troubles, although she required some convincing. We love this, except... and I'm going to go ahead and send that to Will, but it's really cool because we can actually summon a Cambion. I'm not going to do it now again because we've got 8 people already. It's too many people. But this is basically Will's major weapon now. So I'm going to go ahead and send that across to him. And I think I'm going to keep the Flame Blade a little bit longer. It doesn't do as much damage. It might do if I do like the packed weapon thing. But yeah, definitely a good thing to have. So love that for him. Let's see what he has to say about that whole situation.
Zariel's asset was none other than Mizora herself. Of course. Tricks on top of tricks on top of tricks. But I've only got 6 months before I'm made a free man. Thanks be to the Triad. No, scratch that. Thanks be to you.
I don't know what's going on with the dialogue down here today. Okay, I think we should say... Mizora said that you can talk about your pact and exile. It is time that I know the truth, if I am to trust you.
First, we kill Ketheric Thorm. Then, I'll tell you everything you want to know. What else is on your mind?
What is going on? What is going on with that? Stop smiling at me, Will. Now is not the time. Okay. Nothing else in there? No other weapons that might be useful? I guess not. Okay, let's go into the next area. I'm just going to stop and restart just to make sure my phone's okay, and then I'll be back with you. I do feel like this is going to be a longer episode. I'm a bit worried about like having enough recording time. Okay. Next up then. Where are we?
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
Wait, is Will's here? Maul? Zevlor? Okay, there's a mind flayer in here. So we're gonna have to be careful freeing people.
The device releases a stream of fragmented memories and emotions. All that remains of the pod inhabitant's former self.
Okay.
Delirium, mania, laughter. His mind broke before the end, and he was laughing uncontrollably as the skin fell from his face.
That's gross. Done? Okay.
Trust in me.
This person looks familiar.
You remember the shattered windows of Elturel's High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond.
Lay down your weapons.
In its horror, the blood war unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes, disunity.
No.
The returned city casts your people out, the devils who dragged them down to hell. In the end, it is not your paladin oath that is broken. It is your faith itself.
Children, look away. Look at me.
Aww. Do you know what? Zevlor gets a rough ride in this game. He really, really does. Do you know? Like, he's been through so much. Like that was Elturel lore. But he's really loud in my ear. And then, you know, I feel like I don't know, justice for Zevlor.
Courage, conviction, defiance. Even as her organs began to dissolve, she believed she could resist.
Gross. Nothing in this one. So far we've got 2 mind flayers and a Zevlor. What's over here? This one's empty. Another mind flayer.
Amusement, curiosity, fascination. He believed the horrors of Moonrise to be a fleeting dream that fade on waking.
Okay. Over here we've got what looks to be a flaming fist.
This pod pulsates with the angry memories of Ravengard's search officer, Manip Shurga. She laments her failure to locate him.
Okay. She was looking for Ravengard but didn't find him. Another mind flayer. That's 4 now.
Desperation, pain, terror. Cultists raided his village. He was the sole survivor.
Aww. And another flaming fist. Ravengard, that you?
Your lungs burn with the dry heat of the fires raging about you. But the pain is not enough to diminish your swing. One goblin after another falls to your blade.
Good job, sir. Poor lady.
A man's voice cries out through the thick smoke. Ravengard, you call, but the clang of swords and spell shouts of attacking drow are your only reply.
Oh, so maybe this person got taken at the at Joaquin's Rest, where Ravengard got taken from, because it did say that drow attacked and goblins. So yeah, that's probably where they were taken. Okay, we're going to deal with this situation. I can't close a door here. First things first, if we're going to be releasing these people and potentially fighting 4 mind flayers, I think we need to take care of the brains first. So I am going to go ahead and... Who should go? Probably Dirge needs to go first. Okay. Frightened. Sweet. Okay. Let's go for this one in that case. I'm going to go ahead with a magic missile. Again, I don't want to use all my good spells. Especially not if we're fighting Mind Flayer. Okay. Hang out there. Jahira.
I think we have given offense.
I think you should probably... Is the one near us here? Let's go and jab this one. Can I get to it? Why can't I get to it? Okay, here we go. No. No, we need them. We're fighting weird, creepy things.
My victims await.
Okay. Right, Minthara, I need you to clean up this place. 1. Who else have we got here? There's this one back here. Okay, can I jump across to it? Yeah.
Simple.
There's no children here. Only creepy things. Okay, good job. Who else have we got? There's one there. I'm gonna get that with my arrow. Okay, Minthara absolutely cleaning up the place.
I won't give in.
Dirge, can you also get that one? Can you sneak attack it? You can. Perfect.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Good, good. And then can you also get this one? That one? Okay. Oh, I can go again. Oh yeah, because I have extra attack. I remember now. Because he's a fighter. Sweet. Critical hit. 1 hit point remaining. Wait, have I got the actual extra attack now? I have. Oh my god, he's got action surge. That is amazing. Protect Claudia. She's fine. Okay. Can you ranged attack? Oh, just get that one. It's fine. Oh, good job, Shadowheart. Great job.
Creator.
Gale.
Destroyer.
Magic missile. Oh, it's too far away. We can get this one though. 1, 2. Wait, there's another one that's not even been hurt yet. Where's that one? I don't even know where that one is. Just magic missile that one up.
Ready for another round?
Okay, where's this one? All the way out there? That one might have to come to us. But, Carla, can you run forward? And maybe just shoot this one. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let it come to us. Dash, yeah, good. Okay. Cordia. Fireball? Because I don't want to fight the mind players and those things, so, yeah. Okay. I might go ahead and take a short rest in order to get
took the edge off.
The action surge back that I just used for Minthara.
Breathe deep.
And then I'm going to save, because I don't want this to go horribly wrong. I don't want Zevlor to die. Well, let's get him out of there. And the Flaming Fist. They might be able to help us find Ravengard. Okay. Cordia.
I can do better. I must. Seems simple enough.
Let's do this.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape.
I hope you're ready to
device
fight.
is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Okay. I mean, we could kill them all, but we're releasing. It's kind of like an all or nothing situation. Find Mole updated, but I don't think Mole's in here. Right, I want to go for the biggest threat first. So the first mind flayer, look at our initiative. This is great. Again, you're only meant to have 4 people in here, and I have done all this just with 4 people successfully as well. Like all the stuff you see me here doing today, I have done with 4 people. The first mind flayer to go is this one in this bottom corner. So he is going to be the one that I try and take out first. I do want to try and use my biggest stuff on him. Again, I can get like all my spells back before we go and see Ketheric using that device. So I'm not too scared to use stuff up now. I would like to try and get both of those with a lightning bolt, but not this person. So highest level that you can. Let's go with a high level lightning bolt. And we're just going to get these 2. Let me just check I'm not getting anyone else accidentally. Let's go. Okay. We didn't do that much damage. That one's took a lot more damage than this one. That wasn't too bad. I do want to save my sorcery points, however. So I'm going to just move back a little bit. And that's all I'm doing with Claudia.
Death greets us all.
Right.
But not today.
Jaheira then. I might just get her to go in with an ice knife. Go. Not bad. It could slip as well. Can I also jab him? Can't reach destination. Why? Can I get this one? Jab.
It is already over.
Boom. Might as well. Okay.
Unleash me.
Monthara in that case. Right, first things first, arrow to this guy. I'm saving my look of the far realms. I don't know if I'm going to get that back if I on that device. So, damn. Action surge. Right, do you know what? I'm going to just come over and hit you with something then. In that case.
You will break.
I'm not using my divine smites, just in case. Damn! Wow, Mithara. Do you know what you should have done? You should have gone with your... what's the one that gives you advantage on, like, Celestials? I don't know, I can't see it. Celestials, Fiends, and Undead. Are they Celestials, Fiends, or Undead? Aberrations. Okay, so that's not going to work. Okay, do you know what? Vow of Enmity. Good enough. I should have done that a minute ago, but it's fine. Right, Dirge. Can you sneak attack this guy? You can. He's only got 3 hit points though. Let's leave him for Gale. Let's take... Which one's the next one? That one. Let's take him out more. Okay, and he's frightened. Sweet. Okay, and again. Hit him again. Okay, 4 hit points. Yeah, so Gale can actually go and thingy him. Which one's next? That one. Okay. Dirge, keep going, mate. You're doing a great job. Should we try and trip attack him? It does use my superiority die, so I'm not going to, but again, I am trying to be a little bit conservative just in case. Okay. Good job, Dirge. Yeah, just, I guess we can run up and jab that guy as well. Let's go.
One down. Millions.
Okay. So Gale in that case. Let's level 4 magic missile. So we want 1 on this guy, guaranteed to hit, 3 hit points. This guy as well, 4 hit points. I'm gonna actually do 2 on each of them just to make sure they definitely go down. And then let's do the remaining on this guy. Yeah, those 2 both went down. And then it's just this guy next that we need to worry about. There is another mind flayer that hasn't taken damage yet. Okay, Will. Will, I think, 37 hit points. Let's get over there with a big divine smite. No, I can't reach. Can I not? Yeah, I can.
To waste.
Wrathful Smite. Divine Sense. Just seeing what he's got. Okay. Come on, dude. Normal Divine Smite. Save your good one. Save your luck. He missed. Of course he did. Damn. Divine Smite. He took some damage. It wasn't awful. Okay.
What's this?
Karlach. Alright, let's start cleaning up Karlach. Let's get over here and hit this guy.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I feel like I missed. I feel like it moved my finger. Yeah, damn it. Okay, hit him. Okay, and again, action surge. Hit him again. Damn! They're good at dodging. I really want to take this guy down. I don't want to use my branding smite. Again, I'm scared of like not getting stuff back for the big fight. 4 hit points. Punch him. Come on, 4 hit points. You can do this. Down. Okay. We've got a Shadow Heart before the Mind Flayer goes, and like the 3 people we're rescuing, so we should be okay. Let me move Karlach towards them. You do also, if you can, spread people out, just because the Mind Flayers have like a area attack, so if everybody's huddled together it can get all of you at once, so try and spread people out if you can, if you're doing this. Okay. Go lady, what's her name? Gauntlet Yara, get him. Yeva. Wow, 20 hit points, good job. Zevlor, come on, mate. I love.
I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. The Blade of Frontiers. The savior I needed, if not the one I deserved. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived.
Okay. Excuse me a second. Excuse me, so sorry. Okay, I love that Zevlor, like, got the last shot there. Like, good for you, redemption arc, Zevlor. They found refuge, but what the hell's happened out there, Zevlor? Some of them did, some of them didn't, if we're honest.
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
I like that they did save themselves. If you wanted power, you never needed a god, only to live up to your ideal. Maybe? I mean, I agree with 3. It sounds like you were being enthralled. It's not your fault.
It would be nice to think so, but whatever these monsters twist us into, I believe it begins in us. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Yay, justice for Zevlor. Like, let him be the hero he deserves to be, you know? Find your own people. They need you. I feel like they do. The survivors do.
They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Okay, I feel like I made the bad choice there. I feel like I should have picked a different choice. But we'll see. We'll see in Act 3. Okay, right. Let's see. Who else can we talk to?
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done for. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacles. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But we didn't stand a chance.
Are you sure? I like 2 over 1 because if she saw him, she'd tell us if we asked to. Are you sure Ravengard's down here?
Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human. And still trying to put up a fight.
You can actually, I mustn't have done it. You can click on one of the pods and it sort of talks about like the person that was inside it. Let me just see if I can.
Everything. The pod lies empty, echoing. No mind to draw on within.
Try this one.
The device does not react to your presence. The device does
Yeah,
not
I think I
react
missed
to
it.
your touch
I missed the
or
chance, I
presence.
think.
The device does not react to your presence.
One of them, like, talks as though Ravengard was still in it. I'll put it in.
Though the pod is empty, traces of psychic energy still linger about it, and memories of its former inhabitants spill into your mind. You see the streets of Baldur's Gate, the emblem of the Flaming Fist, martial drills and courtly dances. You feel the courage of a soldier who became a commander, and the intelligence of a commander who became a duke. Ravengard was here, in this pod not long ago.
Okay, this person.
What's up with discussion? Oh, stench. I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in that pod. In there it only... Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive? No. Tell by your expression. Gonna have to fall on my sword, aren't I?
No, don't do that. Just help the others get out. We'll meet you later. Zevlor, anything else to say?
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you.
I'm going to say what I should have said in the first place. I could use another blade in the fight to come.
Only if you can trust it won't be buried in your back. The Absolute swayed me once before. I won't risk it happening again. Go, my friend. Please. Let me do this much.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I clicked on the right thing there. Nothing else to do now. We've done everything there is to do except go down and look for Ketheric. So let me just show you on the map here. All the ways we could have gone are pretty much explored. Like, you can't really go up that way, I don't think. This is the last place to go to. So I am gonna head out here and then save, check that I'm still recording, and we'll go where we need to go. Here it is. I get really turned about in this place.
Must lug my guts through this hell.
Oh no!
Assemble.
What's happening? Are they fighting us? What's happening? Wait, what's happening? Oh no! We need to go and help. We need to go and help. Quick, 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 quick. I don't want anyone to get hurt in here. Okay. They're okay. Oh my goodness. Are you all alright? Everybody's still up?
The moment comes.
Okay, I'm gonna shut this door.
The absolute moves.
If I can. There we go. Oh my goodness, can you imagine if they all died there? Okay, I think we're okay. Let's go back down. Where? I'm lost again. Here we are. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's go this way. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Maybe we should kill all... Maybe we should kill all the brains. I don't know. Is everybody alright? Oh, there's another one of these things. Okay. And then let's keep moving. So we do have this thing here, which is basically going to restore all our spell slots. So watch here. So it's effectively a long rest. And then I'm going to save. And then we need to head down to the bottom. So let me make sure everybody's on this thing. I'm really nervous. Let me check I'm still recording. Have I got my whole crew? I'm so nervous. I feel like someone's missing, but I don't think they are. Okay, go.
Is anyone else's tadpole squirming around a lot more than usual?
It senses something, doesn't it? I'll keep my guard up.
It makes sense that the tadpoles are getting stronger in this area. I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous. I can't remember my strategy. What if I'm doing it all wrong? Oh my goodness, where are my notes? Okay, I think I want to be Cordia for this. Do I? No. It makes sense to be Dirge, right? Because Dirge might know Ketheric.
Just.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
Leave, just go. Enter, obviously. It does give you a chance to back out, you know, in case there's something you want to do before you go into the boss battle. Okay.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Trouble in Paradise.
Motherfucker. Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure. Like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
Thought it was Lady Gaga.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketheric. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketheric, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Ball!
Trying to break free.
The Testament of Merkel.
He almost didn't do it there. He was almost like, fuck you guys, get Elderbrain.
Elderbrain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown. It radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it, to to hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mystra commands.
Give us a second, Gale. Hold it in. Hold it in. Oh my god. Okay, so you can technically end the game now. You can just not do Act 3. You can blow them all up. You can be like, go ahead, Gale, and you win the game. But you win the game at the cost of all your companions dying and not being able to do Act 3. Gale, oh, I'm dirge right now. I feel like Cordia would say it though. Gale, you cannot do this. You can't condemn us all to death. Let's just see how this plays out first.
What choice do I have? More than just a goddess counts with my courage. Whole worlds hang in the balance.
They're just having a turn now. Trust me, Gale. We'll find another way.
I do trust you. More than myself right now. Perhaps even more than Mystra. I have no desire to end your life, you know that. To end it? To struggle on. It is a grave choice you're making for us both. But if it must be so... very well. I'll stand down to stand by you.
I kind of wish it was Cordia in that scene.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Whom preserve us?
You wag your word flap in vain, olderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
I hate Orin. I know some people like really fancy her. I think she's gross and horrible, nasty. I don't like her at all. Do not see the appeal. I'm like, think of how much she smells.
Father!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketheric, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city.
You're supposed to be a handsome young man.
And I am the hero who will save it.
That's a running joke that they describe Enver Gortash as a handsome young man, and he's all right. You know, I know some people
faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
Okay, you see why I took the crew that I took, right?
Carefully now.
Okay. Oh, save. Okay. So much to talk about. There's Eralyne. Do you see her? There's Eralyne. There's a Mind Flayer up there. And some Necromites up there. Okay, we want to talk to this guy, though.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out.
Don't get too confident, Ketheric. Maybe you don't know everything. Oh my goodness. I will reach my own Crimson Castle and your corpse will pave my path. That's a very dirgy response. I will find out who I was and end my killing fate. I really like, and what is my place, Ketheric? That's the one I normally choose. Like, tell me my place. But with us playing Dirge, I like this one. I will find out who I was and end my killing fate.
place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant.
I don't think so, sir. I just think, what would his wife think of him, you know? His wife and his daughter, right, he may have brought his daughter back to life, but killing everything she loves and destroying the world, like, and having her witness that, like, what an incredibly selfish thing to do. Like, he's brought her back to life for his benefit, with no consideration of, like, what she wanted or how she would feel about this. So, what a dick. But also, what a really cool character, and what an epic speech. Love Ketherick. Like, I think he's great in this. Like, I don't know. Like, stellar performance, you know? I was ready to show you mercy before. It's not too late. You can repent. Remember what I said about Act 2 and the running theme of Act 2 with the bosses. Okay, actually, do you know what I want Cordia to guidance? So guys, guidance. I need all the help I can get here. Persuasion, we've got to roll at 18. Oh, I think we might have done it. I think we've done it. Yay! Night night. I forgot his name. Ketherick. Night night, Ketherick.
Repent? Would that even be possible?
Fuck around and find
Perhaps. No. There is no repentance. No release. My debt can never be repaid. He is here.
Theme of Act 2.
He is watching. He is listening. He is.
I like that he tries to save him.
You dare end one who belongs to me.
Uh-oh, God fight, God fight!
I am the smile of the worm-cleansed skull. I am the regrets of those who remain, and the restlessness of those who are gone. I am the haunt of mausoleums, the god of graves and age, of dust and dusk. I am Merkel, lord of bones, and you have slain my chosen. But it is no matter, for I am death, and I am not the end. I am a beginning.
Yo, sup, bruh?
So long as Nightsong's in that cage, Ketherick will keep getting back up.
Okay, that didn't work too well. I might try and get some of the responses there. It didn't work too well, but Jaheira was like, hello, Ketherick. I like your... Not Ketherick. Hello, Jurgle. I like your hat. So silly. Oh, she's very, very comedic. Okay. Well, I am Cordia, chosen of Elistery, occasional rider of wizards. Fear me! I bring light to your darkness. I don't know, I had to do a return speech. Okay, well, this is perfect. Okay, so, only 3 of us are in initiative, and thank God I gave them the alert thing earlier. Everybody else is basically back up, which is perfect because you see Dame Eralyne needs help. Dame Eralyne can help us fight Merkel. And so what I can do now, because I had everybody crouched before I came in here, I can get Gale to creep over there and help her. Oh no, not everybody, ungroup. Okay, just Gale for now. So what I can do is I can have him do greater invisibility. And then hightail it over there before anyone spots him, and we can help
Let's remedy
Dame
that, shall we?
Eralyne. And she's free! This has brought other people into the fight, but everybody has really good initiative, thankfully. Okay, is anyone not in initiative? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This might be a good time to save. Okay, everybody's in initiative, including Dame Eralyne, who can be very helpful in this fight. I have bad luck with her, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, my main aim is to destroy the god of death, the lord of bones, the apostle of Merkel. It's not even him, it's like, I don't know what it is. The visage of the dead god. He is undead. He's a level 11. He has cold resistance and necrotic resistance and poison immunity and a ton of other stuff that is scary. Merkel's presence. The apostle exudes the god of death's unholy will and bone chills all nearby creatures. That means people can't heal if they get too close to him. Okay, Cordia.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Girl boss, we need to go in and we need to go in hard. What is the biggest thing we have? How much damage can I do on this dude? I am gonna go in with Shatter, might be a good call. A level 5 Shatter, 48 damage. 40% chance of working. Okay, I'm gonna do it 1 level down.
I'll strike you down.
Oh. I did the reverberation thing on him. Okay, I need to quicken spell. And again, what do I want to do? He can't be polymorphed, unfortunately. I'm not close to this guy, but I could sanctuary somebody as well. I just want to do as much damage as I possibly can, as fast as I can on him. Blight is good, but because he's not vulnerable to that kind of damage, is he? Let's go in with, let's do another Shatter. He's got 4 hits of reverberation. I can't really remember what that does. And then I'm going to run back because he can suck people closer to him. And that's what I've got with Cordia.
We were going to be friends.
Jaheira, can you do as high level as you can? I kind of want to do, I'm thinking Ice Storm. Moonbeam's also good. 50 damage, and she can keep doing Moonbeam. That's the thing. Ice Storm as well is 2 turns. Ice Storm might be a good one. 85% chance. Let me hit him at the back.
I will try to make it swift.
Okay. All right. And then move back.
Blades bared.
Again, keep some distance. Minthara though. I'm scared she's gonna fall prone if I get her close, but not enough movement. I think she might be okay if I Misty Step. Okay, what I want to try and do, I want to try and get him to drop his weapon. See this big massive scythe that he's carrying? He can drop it. So if I do disarming attack with advantage, she missed, unfortunately. Can I try again? Disarming attack again? Look at the Far Realms. He drops it! And I can Divine Smite at level 2. Critical hit for 43 damage, and he's dropped his scythe. I don't think we can pick it up. I think it goes down below him. Okay. Action Surge. Minthara coming in clutch. She can Sunbeam him. But I feel like I'm better off actually just hitting him as hard as I can, as often as I can. 91% with advantage. Okay. Girl. And again. Okay. Minthara might go down. I can't. Oh, I can move back. I can move back. She might slip on the ice though. Stand your ground, girl boss. You've got this.
Well,
Oath of Vengeance
so much
Paladin for the
peace.
win. Right, okay. He only has 68 hit points. We are making mincemeat out of him. I guess just sneak attack with advantage. Critical hits. Sweet. I don't know if he can be knocked prone. Should we try it? No, let's just keep going with advantage. If I can take him down, I think everything else disappears. So we don't even have to worry about the other bad guys. That's why I'm going in hard on Merkel. I can try and hit him prone. It does mean he takes an extra 1d8 of damage, even if he doesn't get knocked prone. So let me try it. Saved from the trip attack. That wasn't bad. And can't I action surge now? Where is it? Passives, items, sorcerer. Here we go. Action surge. Dude. Surge is finally doing something. Okay, what's this? How Ghoulish Touch. Exalt the Risen. Subjugate the undead with your commands. Can I do that? Grovel, flee, halt. I could halt him. Only 30% chance of working. I feel like we're good. I feel like we've got this. I think we can take him out. We've still got Gale and Will to go. Again, you're only meant to have 3 people doing this. Just hit him again with... This is working. We've got advantage as well. And again. What's this now? 26 hit points remaining. Come on, Dirge. 6. Okay, that's not bad. Move back.
Can't slow down.
Hide. And we'll get advantage on our next turn as well. Okay. Gale. Sir. Let's hit this guy as hard as we can with an ice storm. I would prefer not to get Minthara. There we go. I think Minthara's safe. 95%. Let's go. And he's encrusted with frost. 1 hit point remaining. Do you know what, Will? Let's get him as far back as I can, just so he's out of range of like his attack. Will, this guy took your father. Eldritch Blast him. He's too far away. Move closer.
Coming through.
Eldritch Blast with advantage. Lucky, reroll.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
I'll take care of Isabel for you. Don't you worry about that. Give her a big hug and maybe some kisses too. Sleep well, Ketherick. Enjoy your long rest. Good night.
Yes!
Aelin. Ma'am.
The rest! Together, we have crushed him, brain and body.
Now, we pick our way
toward our fates. Unleashed! You have my sword. My fealty.
Like, I understand her anger.
Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
Let's go see Isabel! Lesser of the
Dead
three.
for good. Wow, the chosen of Merkel. What a fight!
Ketheric's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Very dull moment.
Will's excited. Okay, everybody group up. Group hug! Let's go! Does anyone have anything else to say at this point? Jaheira?
Come. There is much to discuss. But we need not do it in this rotting place.
Ketheric's defeated, but my father is taken. On to the gate. We must tear him out of the Absolute's grasp.
We can do it. We just defeated the avatar of a god. We've got this.
He's dead. He's finished. But Gortash was here.
Ketheric's Thorm is no more. And may he stay dead this time.
Right?
First in my heart.
An elder brain. That was the heart of the Absolute?
Maybe. Your heart's still ticking though, which I'm glad about, along with everybody else's.
Killing an undying man is no easy task, but the Absolute is not vanquished. Our work has only just begun.
Did I speak to everybody? Is that everyone? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we've got some stuff to explore. Like I say, all those necromites died. I am going to leave it here soon, but we've got a little bit more to explore in this area. And then before I actually leave the area, I'm going to go back in between episodes and just make sure I've not missed anything important, any valuable loot or anything. But the grand design, here's the big plan. This is the Illithid plan though. So dictated to a scribe by Enver Gortash. The high design is the mind. Do you know who Gortash is? Have I told you who Gortash is? He is Malfoy's dad in Harry Potter. You know, like he's got like the big long hair. I can't remember the actor's name. I'll put him up on screen. But that's who plays Gortash. I fangirl. The grand design is the Mind Flayers' species-wide ambition to return to the days of their conquering greatness through an act of sudden mass ceremorphosis, giving the Elder Brain in overall command an implacable army of Illithid slave warriors with which to defeat all their old enemies, human and humanoid, Githyanki and Ulitharid. I don't know what that is, never heard of that before, apart from obviously reading this book. Of course, this is delusional madness, megalomania on a cosmic scale, says you, Gortash, and I know just how to turn it to our purposes. We're going to help the Mind Flayers enact their grand design, but only in a way that suits us. Like thinking you can, I know he's meant to be smart and everything, but thinking you can outsmart a Elder Brain is megalomania. Because that's what they do, they're a brain, that's what they do is think. The Illithids shall have their crusade to enslave, but they will be acting in turn as our slaves, and we shall determine the how, when, and where of the great Illithid outbreak. To be precise, I, Gortash, will determine these things, as commanding the grand design is clearly a Banite task. So the Banites are kind of like, he's like the god of control and tyranny and order. So that makes sense that he would have those grand designs for himself, right? The absolute bind? Underneath this book, concerning the occult of the Absolute and the dangers it presents, is scrawled this response to the text. This hastily, hang on, I'm assuming it's Gortash. This hastily written drivel is admittedly well intentioned. Its author is clearly fizzing with fear at the Absolute. The problem is that they conflate the rise of the cult with other things, like the heat death of the universe, the resurrection of one-eyed Vecna, the Lich, and proliferation of necromantic excess, and even the withering of some imported fruits from Chult. This person needs a glass of water and a lie down. Okay. Let's take that. Again, I'm taking all this as evidence. Invitation to Lord Gortash. So this is from Lord Eralyne, Committee Chair. Lord Gortash, the Committee of Concerned Patriarchs would like to extend an invitation to a formal meeting at the High Hall to discuss plans, short and long term, for the economic livelihood of Baldur's Gate. Tuesday the 12th, noon, a luncheon will be served. May we presume your attendance? That might come in useful. I think we should definitely steal that. That might help us out in the future. What else have we got? Armenian desert wine. Don't mind if I do. A severed head. A silver knife. And invasion plans for the Sword Coast. We've already seen those. So again, I will go around and just make sure I've not missed anything. Like off camera, and if I do come across anything important, I'll kind of let you guys know. But let's jump up here and yeah, let's see. I'm scared that I'm gonna. I should have talked to Eralyne. Yeah, let's talk to Eralyne first. Again, I think you have to do things in a particular order to because I don't want to trigger a cutscene. So let's talk to Eralyne.
We fly at your word.
Okay, that's all she had to say. I want to know if this guy has anything on him, but again, I don't want to be like climbing around all day. So, Ketheric. I can't get up because there's too many people climbing around. How are you doing, Ketheric? Not looking so great. I'd like to take him back to... I don't think we can pick him up, but I'd like to take him back to his mausoleum and lay him to rest next to his wife. I feel like that'd be a nice thing to do. I do have a bit of a plan. Maybe we'll save that for next time, but let's click on him. He's a little bit smushed from Eralyne. His armor looks pretty good though. I know a certain drow mother who'd look really sweet in the armor. It looks good on this too.
The body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable, truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw. Held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable.
Okay, so we kind of knew all this. This is kind of a bit of a recap. We're nearing the end of Act 2 now. There's a couple of things we need to do. We need like a cleanup episode, which is going to be next time. But yeah, this is a big recap of like, have you been paying attention? Have you been following the story? So, Illistory, thank you. You filled me with divine energy and helped me to defeat the chosen of another god. I knew I was your chosen. She still thinks it's Illistory. She's a bit stupid. What do we want to ask? How is it that you can leave your astral prison now?
A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
See, everybody, I told you Illistory was real and she wasn't all in my head. Ketheric transformed during the fight. What was that?
I believe you fought and defeated an avatar of Merkel, the god of necromancy. A remarkable feat.
Oh, thank you.
Ketheric was Merkel's chosen. I know Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. He is a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder.
That must be why she smells like that then.
Which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are chosen of the dead three.
Okay, well, they're dead too now, I guess. I say so we didn't actually kill a god, we killed the embodiment of a god, but still not a bad task. It's gonna take him a while to recover from you know, the bruise to his ego there. I think he needs to go and nurse his ego for a bit. Merkel.
Chosen of the dead three?
Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers.
Like you do with me.
Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together, and with those stones, and that crown, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
Now, what are these stones?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods.
Gale knows about those.
It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Netherese? These chosen are powerful indeed to have such magic in their command.
Indeed. Gale's an expert on Netherese magic. He actually has a bit in his heart. So, like, it's a good thing he didn't blow himself up as well, because if he did, like, who knows what would have happened, right? That feels like a very unpredictable situation. I didn't come here to fight the gods, I just want my parasite removed. What hope do we have if the gods themselves are involved? Like, as far as Claudia is aware, she's talking to a god right now. She thinks this is a listery. But what do we do now?
We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving.
Oh, two of them.
We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends.
It almost just did.
I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Okay. So, behind my head are all these goodies! So... Everybody okay? Oh, so we can get out of here now. This chasm's opened. Oh! Night Song just left. Crumpled notes. Let's read it. So the only thing he had... Papa, I love you. Love from is, which must be from before she died. Like, he's been carrying that around with him for like, what, hundreds of years? Big softy. Like, not a good dad, but I feel like there was genuine love there. And he was a cleric of Selûne for a long time as well, so he can't be rotten to the core, you know? So, Reaper's Embrace. All incoming damage is reduced by 2, which stacks up. That's decent. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by any spell or action, but have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, which isn't great. And it gives them Howl of the Dead there. Let out a bone-chilling howl that numbs all nearby creatures. So let me just send that to Dirge for now, and we'll see what it looks like on him. We also have Kethric's Shield. You gain a +1 to spell save DC and attack rolls, and you have Shield Bash. I might send that to Minthara, but I'll have a think off camera about who I want to give stuff to. And then Kethric's Warhammer, which also deals psychic damage, and it's pretty cool. It says, this hammer's sorry, I can't speak. This hammer's weight is carved... Hang on. This hammer's weight is centered on enhanced obsidian at the base of the head. Some night before bed, Kethric would sneak away. What does that say?
A wayfaced glance at the hammer and think about the stone and wonder what unknown facet of his heart bore his weight. Sorry, I read that so badly. It's really hard to see on my screen. I'm going to send that to, I mean, Karlach likes the hammer. Let's send it to Karlach and see what she thinks of that. So, Dirge, your new loot then. Okay, this says, heavy steel bones and teeth enclose the armor's chest and neck like a grotesque exoskeleton that both swallows and protects the wearer. This armor looks so cool. I love Ketheric's armor. I mean, you've seen what it looks like on Ketheric, right? So the thing is, right, okay. Is it heavy armor? Rare heavy armor. Can Dirge wear heavy armor? He cannot. But I want to show you what it looks like on him because it looks really cool. I also don't want to lose the dexterity thing that he has because his current armor gives him good dexterity. But let's see what this looks like. Doesn't that look awesome on him? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Like, stand up. Dude, stand up. Stop sneaking. Look at this with the teeth. Like, it looks so good on it. It literally has like little dragons on the arms. So it just suits him so. Are they dragons? I don't know what they are. But it looks cool with the little skulls. I think it suits him so well. So, yeah. But I don't want to put it on him because it does lower his dexterity score. Is it his dexterity or his strength? Yeah, dexterity. And he can't wear heavy armor anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and send that to Minthara. I normally put it on Minthara. Like I said, the drow armor was kind of temporary. She can wear heavy armor, can't she? She can indeed. She is a paladin. So look at this absolute queen here in this armor. She looks so badass and cool. I love this on her. I can change the color on her as well if I want to. I can make it, because I was going for like a purpley color for her, but I don't know. It looks cool. There we go. Indigo dye. Let's see what it looks like this. Hang on. Love it. She looks badass. Queen. Slay queen. We don't want to give her any ideas though, you know. She's already got a really cool shield, Sentinel shield. It gives her a +3 to initiative rolls. So I don't really want to lose that. I don't know if anyone's going to use Ketheric's shield. We'll have to have a think about that one. And then what was the other thing? It was the hammer. So Karlach, do you want to use this hammer? I forgot to change this. So I saw this Hellbard of Vigilance is much better than what she currently has. And I forgot to switch that out. Ketheric's Warhammer, 2 to 23 damage. It's better than what she has. It deals a little bit of psychic damage. She loses Thunderwave though. Shockwave. I don't know. This I think is a lot better though. This is 9 to 24 damage and gives her a +1 to initiative rolls. And yeah, cool stuff. I think she got this off, you know, the trader at Moonrise that gave her the note from her old friend from the Hells. I think I got it out of that loot bag that I got off him when he died. A variant of this Hellbard's design was thrown out in the early stages of development by its Fingermaster. This was because the Hellbard kept expressing itself. Alarm! It was shrieking peril. Potency fills me like a song of hope, it roared in triumph. So it's like a sentient weapon, a bit like the Faerun. I think she should probably carry that. I think that is pretty cool. But she can keep hold of Ketheric's Warhammer and she can keep hold of Haft. I like this because it also deals extra like fire damage and force damage. And it has extra reach. So if she's a tiny bit too far away from people, she can still hit them. So I don't know. It suits her. It looks pretty cool on her as well. I don't know. Maybe Minthara might like Ketheric's Warhammer. Let me just send it over to her. I know I'm faffing and I know it's a long video, but we're nearly done here. It does mean that she would give up the Blood of Lathander, but I feel like Shadowheart has that a lot. Ketheric's Warhammer does a lot more damage, and it kind of suits her to have it, I think. Is it two-handed? No, it's versatile. She can still have the shield. Okay, I think I'm going to give it Minthara then. And then we'll give the Blood of Lathander back to Shadowheart? Probably. Or even Cordia.
Where am I?
What's going on?
We can see. We can pass it around because I like it for Will as well. Okay, that is pretty much it. We've got badass Oath of Vengeance Minthara who got her vengeance on the person who tadpoled her and made her follow his orders and stuff like that, and condemned. Do you remember Ketheric was the one that condemned Minthara to have her mind wiped by those two women, and we rescued her? So vengeance is served. We love that. I love Minthara so much. I'm looking after my drow mummy. And that is pretty much it. Like I say, I wish I could pick up Ketheric Thorn, but if I try and pick him up, which I can do, he kind of like teleports back to the ground. Look. Oh, did she pick him up? No, he's there, look. He just gets put back down on the ground. So I can't actually carry him with me. But I do have a little bit of a plan for the next episode. So I'm going to leave it here for now. And in the next episode, we'll do our cleanup of Act 2. There's a couple of people left we need to fight. And yeah, we'll just kind of close out all those loops and get the end of the story there. It does mean we've lifted the Shadow Curse, which is amazing. It said that we had to kill Ketheric. That was the last thing we had to do. So we can go and check in with Halsin and Oliver and Thaniel. And yeah, we can check in with Isabel, because Isabel doesn't know that we've just basically slain her father and that Dame Aylin's alive, so we can go and have that reunion. Yeah, there's so much left to do, but I think the next episode is going to be the last episode of Act 2, and then we move on to Act 3. So I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me with this journey, and yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye guys.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a